Uh, well, you missed, let's see. You missed a game about cyborgs, where the characters only last like 30 minutes. And you also missed, prototype Fallout that just has your character die immediately. Right now, we're at the RPG written by a cultist, and he's also. And it sounds suspiciously like a Hellaverse prototype. It's not as good as it sounds.
Yeah.
Hurt my image.
That's real.
The whole game is very strangely organized, both in terms of the layout of the pages and the game itself. As I don't think I've seen a game where your level of social standing determines the amount of spells you can cast. Also, there's an entire subset of magic called Candyland magic, which must be just the most vile and heinous spells you've ever laid your eyes on. War crime material there. The major system that Empire of Satanis uses for its skill checks is a dice pool system, where based on your stats, you will get to roll a certain number of 6-sided dice and take the best 2 dice from that group. A little bonus though, if you roll a 6, then you get to re-roll that die and add that new number to the total as well. This is actually a really cool mechanic, and I love it when games let you do this. Another major mechanic is what I refer to as the switcheroo. Whenever entering a new scene for the first time, you, the player, can request a major change be made to the direction of the story. You then roll 1 6-sided die, and if it lands on a 6, then that story change is now canon and you become the new DM, with the old one now being relegated to a character in the story. This sounds pretty cool, but I find it really unlikely that anyone that wasn't planning on being the DM for the whole night prepared a bunch of story material and encounters beforehand. And it has got to be really annoying for the guy that planned all of that to watch all of his work be thrown into the trash. I actually had a question. Venger actually did a retrospective on his game in 2018 where he relented that.
I recently acquired a series of World of Darkness books. Would you guys be opposed to running that sometime?
I mean, I won't be. That sounds like a fun idea.
Oh yeah, I've got Hunter the Reckoning, I've got Vampire the Masquerade, and Werewolf the Forsaken. What I really want, though, is some Maids the Ascension books. Need to get me some of those. As well as, Changeling the Dreaming.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind trying out Vampire the Masquerade.
Okie dokie. I will openly admit that whenever I get the chance to play Vampire the Masquerade, I know exactly which clan I'm going in.
Oh boy.
Goody.
My favorite clan, Clan Malkavian.
Alright then.
As a reminder, I'm designing a Pokemon region. Well, it's just private stuff. I came up with Misdreavus, regional Misdreavus line Evo, and its name is Miscavian, like cutting the mist from Misdreavus off and the Mal from Malkavian off and tossing that away and just slapping them together. I'm a big World of Darkness nerd, and I've never played the game.
Actually, you know what? Since I'm apparently too distracted to draw tonight, give me 1 second here. Okay, let's add switch to here.
Yeah, because we're distracting.
Yeah, more or less. Okay, so add you guys here. And there we go. Now we're basically just a discount Mystery Science Theater.
Okie dokie. I haven't seen them in forever. Last time I watched them, I saw Manos, the Hand of Fate. It was
should
a
probably
wild movie.
we should probably get like avatars with buckets of popcorn in our hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
sounds
totally
like a
sounded
really
amazing.
good idea.
What's that?
I was just saying that sounded amazing. Maybe we can
Yeah.
even... Maybe I should figure out how to find a filter where all of us are just black silhouettes, just to add to the immersion.
Mm-hmm. We can
That would
even
also
put,
be fun.
we could do the full Mystery Science Theater 3000 thing where we have little chair silhouettes as well.
Alright. Yeah, let's get back to the video.
That quote, Empire of Satanis is an amateurish mess of terrible cliches and something even worse. Running in the opposite direction of cliche only to hit a brick wall at top speed. Indeed, the thing is weird for weirdness sake and tries too hard in the process. So if the creator that tried to curse people over it doesn't even believe in the game anymore, then I think it's safe to say that this one ends up pretty low on the chopping block. Probably not as
yes,
broken as
good
the other
old-fashioned trolls remorse.
Oh, goodness.
The front cover of the cult book kind of looks like someone was commissioned. Hey, I need a cover for my new D&D book. Get really stoned and draw whatever comes to mind.
Yeah, that sounds about
I've
right.
I see.
I've seen a D&D YouTuber named Z Bashu basically describe these kind of games like that they wanted to write a novel, but they decided to make it a TTRPG instead.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of foreign games back in the day.
Oh,
You know, those things. Man, I am so old to remember those things.
I mean,
Well,
to be fair, I'm the oldest here, so I still remember Board James.
oh God, I remember Board James too. I just didn't watch it until a little later. I'm not 100% certain, but I remember Board James.
Yeah, who
I
knew
like
that James Rolfe could actually emulate David Lynch? Didn't expect that.
I like how the AVGN retired Board James just by getting him arrested.
Okay then.
That wasn't actually how he retired.
I know, but I'm just generalizing it for comedic sake.
That's funny. I'm playing Pokemon. And I look fancy.
Eh.
in terms of functionality,
Like in a
but
lot
as
of
we'll
the
see
new
later,
megas.
creative actions can have a massive impact on the crowd's perception of a game. But before we learn what that means, we need to first delve even deeper into the fiery pit. As what could possibly be worse than an RPG born from a cult? That's right, an RPG born of fanfiction.
Oh god, I just cringed at that.
Oh, no.
Wraithu, from enchantment to fulfillment. Wraithu is the
Born of what now?
2005 RPG based on the
From
It gets
enchantment to
cringier, don't
fulfillment.
worry.
books by Storm Constantine, taking place in the same setting and carrying the same general themes. The game started out as only a fanfiction guide before evolving into a fully fledged official project featuring the author. You can tell that it's official because it's being sold for $40. $40!
Ooh.
The last two games that we looked at were free! But maybe the price is for the presentation. After all, we have a lovely photo on the front featuring a dagger with a flower in its shadow. Very artsy, much enjoy. But what the heck is even in this game, and What the heck is a
I mean, to be
Wraithu?
fair, it is
Well,
actually
from
a
what I
pretty
can
good,
gather, the
visually
Wraithu that
striking
you play
cover.
as in the game are a new race
Yeah.
of
Oh, yeah.
tall, slender, hermaphroditic mutants that are able to transform other male humans into Wraithu by
Yeah,
way
you
of a
could
blood
tell this was
transfusion. Right,
an old
right, of
cop.
course. Huh? This setting and entire process is conveyed in the prologue story when a nerd character is born.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, that one episode, the writers barely disguised fetish.
Oh, but don't worry.
So
It
the
gets
creator
cringier from there.
of this, the creator of this RPG series has a thing for hermaphrodites.
They're called intersex
guess
these
so.
days.
I mean,
But
no comment.
I guess they are, but that calls into question. That's been into question when you get a bit later, which try not to die from cringe from the rest of this.
Oh no, that doesn't sound good at all.
Joke's on you. I'm in Canada. I can get my cringe healed for free.
At the expense of your tax dollars.
Still free.
Bullied by some
I'm
jocks
cringe and
until
I'm
one of these
free.
hair metal looking morons kills all of the jocks and then turns the nerd into one of these Wraithu. Where I think he then hooks up with his old best friend who was also turned into one a couple weeks ago. Right, of course. What? Basically,
fuck?
what is going on here is that humanity is in decline and the Wraithu are slowly taking over. And instead of playing as the humans fighting against the threat, you are playing as the Wraithu trying to finish off the last of the humans. Also, the Wraithu are super special awesome and like the humans totally don't even stand a chance. Also, the Wraithu are constantly hooking up with each other because they totally don't mess with any commitments. Also, the Wraithu are like so much more advanced even though they live in tribes and huts.
Yeah, this
Aren't these guys
definitely
super
sounds
cool?
like...
You know, for how awesome...
Yep.
Yeah, this definitely sounds like a really bad sci-fi fantasy fiction that trying to be a TTRPG.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, this is
that
someone-
tangent said pretty much everything.
I mean, this sounds like somebody's ecchi fan fiction mixed with their wannabe harem fiction.
Yeah.
And also art that kind of resembles Kiss the band, but not really.
It's Kiss adjacent.
Yeah.
Un momento. I can
Yeah,
tell you
it's it just screams amateur yaoi.
Yep.
Yep, very much so.
Yep, agreed.
awesome the Wraithu are and how much cooler they are than these stupid little idiot humans. They're kind of extremely unlikable. They're rude to each other, they're extremely flippant, they don't care about anything, they're lazy, they're annoying. Why in the world would I want to roleplay as one of these things? I mean, for real, do you want to try and guess one of the Wraithu's biggest weaknesses? Nihilism. What a joke. This is a
Cringe.
group of beings that is actively trying to
Cringe.
exterminate the human race
Very cringe.
worldwide. How did you make them so lame? The game itself is nothing special. It's your standard D20 system that bases actions off of stats. But there is one interesting part, which is for some reason the amount of magic that you can have is directly tied to how much you weigh. But since all Wraithu are very slender by their
whoa,
nature,
whoa, whoa,
your
whoa. I
total
heard-
What?
magical power is going
Did I hear that right?
I think you
Yeah.
heard that right.
So wait a sec. The more I weigh, the more magic I can have as this species.
Wait,
I mean,
how much you
it's-
weigh in real life, or how much you weigh in as your fictional character?
And it sounds like they just thought of that mechanic with an easy level cap without realizing how dumb it sounded.
So what they're saying is,
That is
so fuck Hogwarts. I'm going to go to McDonald's, chow down on a whole bunch of Big Macs, just to become the most powerful wizard in the world.
The Grand Wizard Ray. Yeah, you actually don't have any memes
Honestly,
to illustrate that.
that sounds like an awakening you could spin in Maid's the Ascension, to be perfectly honest.
I mean, just wheel me out like Vothri from Final Fantasy 14. Oh,
As not for knowing what that is.
I am just chowing down on Big Macs as I'm commanding the most epic of magical creatures that the world has seen.
And instead of dying of anything magic related, he just has cardiac arrest.
Listen,
Yep.
Picket, we got to get you to play Final Fantasy 14 because when they first introduced that character, holy shit, you're gonna have fun with it.
Yeah.
Hey, I will say I do have ideas for various video games.
So I'm gonna go on a whim and say that if he actually has voice lines, he's voiced in a cheesy Southern accent.
Surprisingly, Vothroy does not have a Southern accent when he's voiced.
Huh,
It's
weird.
more like,
No, he talks like this.
yeah, it's like what Sasha did.
I'm afraid I'm going to Marvel.
Oh, so he's just a fat aristocrat.
Pretty much.
I
Yeah.
am righteousness!
Huh. At least they didn't go with the easy jokes.
Well, I mean,
Righteousness will prevail.
well, the funny thing is when you finally fight him, the transformation he undergoes is just hilarious.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But I want Picket to experience his blind. Trust
Oh
me.
yeah. That's
All
why
right.
I'm,
Once I get to it, I'll definitely take your word for it.
Yeah. Also, just a bit of motivation. Final Fantasy 14 players do enjoy watching people experience the game for the first time. So you'll get quite a substantial audience of Ziv players.
yeah.
Honestly, you could have just easily encouraged me by saying it's not WoW.
It's not WoW. There you go.
It's not WoW.
Well, I'm convinced.
It's not WoW.
Yeah, it's a
It's a lot better than WoW.
It's a lot. It's more story focused than WoW.
Yeah.
Story and roleplay.
Yeah.
If you want Picket, I can invite you to my Final Fantasy 14 server so you can have people to party up with when you get into those areas.
All right. Well, when I finally get in a Final Fantasy 14 account, I'll definitely let you know.
All right, cool.
All right.
Sasha and I are in the Primal data center, Famfred. I believe Ray is in Crystal.
I'm on Marlboro. I'm on the affectionately named Tobacco server.
Huh.
The affectionately named Tobacco server, which is also the name of a enemy in most Final Fantasy games that reeks of bad breath. It's a special attack. Literally gives you all fucking debuffs in the game.
Wait, there's tobacco in Final Fantasy titles?
No, I think it's more of, oh look, we have this creature. Its special move gives you all debuffs in the game. It's named after a cigarette brand.
Yeah, that was
it's called Marlboro, but recent games have changed its name to Morbol.
Yep, it is a marble now. It is marble now. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good commentary on both. It's a good commentary on how both this enemy and cigarettes give you cancer when you go try to smoke them.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
I mean, yeah. Don't know why if they even bothered changing the name.
I have no idea. I think it's because so many people made memes about it that they were just like, you know what? We might as well just skid in the curve.
Alright, so yeah, back to the video.
Going to be determined by how tall you are. Huge apology to my short Raythu kings. I know it's tough out there right now, but if you just stick with it, things will get better, I promise. No part of the actual gameplay presents itself as particularly egregious, but everything about the setting and how things work in the world is either creepy, half-baked, or borderline nonsensical. Example,
So, generic
did you know
yaoi.
that while wearing chainmail armor, you are 100% protected from all damage given by flamethrowers? Do
Wait,
not
what?
try this at home. Oh, and by the way, remember
I'm sorry,
So-
what?
So that's why chainmail hill in the Minecraft was made out of fire at one point.
How does chainmail protect you from flamethrowers?
I don't know, how the
Flamethrower-
hell does weight manage your magic?
So wait, if I wanted to become immune to flamethrowers, not only do I have to make myself some massive chainmail armor, but I also cannot be a short stack because then I lose all of my magic.
Well,
not-
according to the setting,
Apparently.
yeah.
Oh. Who's this guy?
I don't know.
Oh,
a non
High
Raythu
school.
apparently.
from my previous description that Raythu can only convert male humans into Raythu via a blood transfusion. Women cannot become Raythu via normal means, so they don't have a lot to do in the story. Luckily, our glorious author has thought of this and has penned a workaround, as it is encouraged by the game that the remaining
Oh,
men
boy.
on Earth treat the remaining women as
Yikes!
Also on the topic of good lord, why did you make
Oh!
That's not problematic at all.
Did James Somerton write this?
Sorry.
So, Picket,
Yes.
is this Republicans the game?
I
Skunk.
don't think so.
Let's not get into that, Ray.
Intersex
not get
people
into
are
that.
actually acknowledged here.
Yeah,
Let's
I know.
just
I'm
acknowledge
just
that
asking.
government sucks.
All right, I'll drop the topic. I'll drop it.
Yeah, good idea.
Doesn't matter
If we
where
read
you
that,
live,
when you change
government
into a
sucks.
Raythu, your appendage also transforms as well, with it now resembling something closer to a tall, bloomed plant. So if you come across any flowers
So
on this
what?
adventure, I'd be
Yeah, I don't know what kink that is
Beh.
either.
So
Beh.
wait.
Tish game.
So
game.
not only as a male human, if I'm forced to have a blood transfusion with one of these species, but
We're vampire game.
when I get transformed, my member turns into the cordyceps virus.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what kink
Yeah.
this is.
What kind of drugs were they on when they made this game?
I think they were just horny.
I would say somewhere between yes and absolutely yes.
Oh my lord. Okay, carry on. What the fuck?
Just come leave me
Be
alone.
wary about what those could really be. Oh no, and that is Raythu from Enchantment to Fulfillment. Overall, not a
Oh,
great game in and of
no.
itself.
So
but when
wait
you
a
add in
sec,
all of
wait
the
a
extra
sec.
materials and the
That
setting and
flower on the front page, on the front
Yeah.
cover of the book, is not a flower. That is your genitals?
Oh,
Apparently
so his dick was about to be sliced off.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I
Picket,
think
I'm
that's a
sorry. I
fitting-
think this video. I think your stream is gonna get flagged.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it wouldn't be the first time.
I'm really sorry.
But hey,
Oh,
at least
fuck.
we know that. But hey, Blade about to cut off the dick of a Wraithu. I think that's a fitting image
Yep.
right there.
Characters, holy cow, I never want to look at this again. It's also managed to put me
I'm gonna
off
be
of
right back.
ever pursuing
I
the
need a
source
shower
material
after that.
entirely, which people who have
Okay.
read both are saying is not nearly as
I'll get
bad
the
as the
bleach.
game makes it out to be. I mean, good on Storm for working with the fans to expand this into new media, but sometimes you've gotta say no. Before we reach the
Yeah,
point of no
that's-
return with our
Sometimes
remaining
you gotta
titles,
say
I
no.
think that
Yeah.
now would be a good time to have a nice palate cleanser with some honorable mentions. These titles are not actually bad games, but their existence is really funny, so I wanted to give them a quick mention. A massive thank you to Alice Katarina for sending these my way. About time we had some stupid funny. What do we got here? Bloodsucker: The Angst. A satirical vampire RPG where you play as angsty teens living in the new vamp world. If you manage to increase your angst level, you get better stats and more dice. Kill Puppies for Satan. A satirical dark power RPG where you
see
play as a
what
bunch
that's
of
all about.
Satanists trying to accomplish a goal for Satan. Gaining
They do
power
sound
along
funny.
the way
I'll give 'em
from
that.
cool to cute things. The characters that you play as in the game are portrayed as massive losers, and it's implied that Satan gives them power out of pity. Included in your table is a stat for how many people hate
See,
you.
that's a fucking
Macho
funny
women
premise.
with guns. A
Ah,
satirical
this dude
sci-fi
has
RPG
taste.
where you play as either buff bat-winged demon women or warrior Harley Davidson nuns, both of whom wield large firearms. The
Okay,
game was
dead,
designed
dead.
in
Best
under
game ever.
2 weeks and immediately became the publisher's
Oh,
most popular
I'm
game.
fucking
And finally,
so-
Maid. A satirical maid RPG where players play as a maid trying to serve and protect the master of the mansion. Maids
Ooh,
can get up
also
to
classy.
all kinds of wacky antics, like doing
Okay,
laundry,
cool.
I would
fighting
not be
Yakuza,
opposed to
or
buying
using
it.
their built-in cyborg enhancements to rescue the master from the Netherrealm.
would not be
This was the
opposed to
first ever
playing it.
Japanese RPG to be translated and released in English. And
wonder if we could
think
combine
that
those two.
covers all of the honorable mentions. Anybody else? Nope, okay, I think we're good then.
Oh
Remaining
my
in the
God.
collection that I have for you today are 6 total games, each one belonging to one of 2 groups. The
Yes,
original
Ghost?
Unholy Trinity and the modern Unholy Trinity. Yes, the power dynamics within the worst TTRPG hierarchy are constantly changing. The original Unholy Trinity held power for 6 years until it was usurped for the title by the current triumvirate in 2002. So let's take a look at that original Unholy Trinity and see what allowed them to rise to power in the first place.
You walked
Starting
into
off with the
Insanity Ghost.
Yeah, we're going over some of the worst tabletop RPGs out there.
Yeah, and it's
Yep.
completely insane.
It's bonkers, man. It's
Definitely fun to riff on, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially when you get to see the writer's barely disguised fetish.
Yeah, jeez, what was that?
The
Absolute
which one,
insanity.
the maid one
Also, I'm
or the gun running lesbians?
Yeah, I want. I love. I definitely want to. I definitely want to check out the gun running lesbian ones.
Yeah, same.
I'm really interested in that one.
Also, hello, Ghost.
Hello, go.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hey,
Saratu, you
The
missed
worst
quite a bit.
TTRPG of all time, The Spawn of Fashawn. I don't care about anything else. That
Well,
name
the title's
is fun
cool.
to say. That might be the best part
Yeah.
of this game. The Spawn of Fashawn is the 1981 fantasy RPG that was self-published by Kirby Davis, starting off strong by selling an electric 17 total copies during its original
Oof.
run. Hey, fully original creation and they sold it for less than Wraithu? I just really hope that it outperformed that. Spawn of Fashawn is really more of a system, but one that has everything that you need to run your own game. Monsters, combat, character creation, heck, it even gives you a full-on world that you can use for your first adventure. The mystical, far-off land of Boozboodle. I don't know what people are complaining about. These are the greatest names I've ever seen in a game. Well, let's try to look past the awesome naming scheme and take a look at the game itself.
This kind of sounds like a tabletop RPG drinking game in the works.
Yeah.
I've watched this video numerous times and I still can't get over that name.
All right. I'm going to roll my character, and it's going to be the shot of whiskey. I know I drank my other 5 characters, but I got a good feeling about this one. And he's dead. Gulp.
Starting us off, the organization is horrific. Every sin you can imagine is taking place in this book. References are only made to generic terms, references to rules include references to other rules, and none of the tables are numbered or placed in a cohesive order. There is also no table of contents or index. My guy really said, "Oh, you want to see a rule?"
That is sinful. No
find
table
it.
of contents.
What
Yeah.
the heck?
This feels like an RPG made by someone who just hated RPG players.
Could you imagine, could you imagine trying to run this thing and you hate your players so much, you just drop the book in front of them and you're just like, find the rule, you rules lawyer. Go ahead. I dare you.
Yeah. Oh, but
And
trust
then
me,
try to find the people.
this actually gets funnier.
Okay.
Just wait.
This makes doing anything for the first time extremely painful, as a lot of actions reference other rules and how they connect, but they won't provide a page or section number. Just a name for what it is referring to, and with no guide at all on where that rule can be, it is going to be an entire adventure to learn how to set up your time in Boozboodle.
Yeah, it's all as if they should have added a table of contents or something.
Yeah.
At least in the player's handbook and in the Dungeon Master's guide, if they reference a rule or something, they actually give you a page number to go over the actual rule so that you know what you're doing. Also, hey Ghost, it's nice to see. It's nice to be bugging Picket.
Hey, Ghost.
Hey, it's a nice change of pace from my usual streams.
Yeah.
If you do figure out how to figure out the rules, then you can start making a character. Pick a boy or girl. This is an important decision to make, because female characters will automatically start out with half as many dice for their strength, constitution, and hit point rolls. But never fret, as they also get 50% more dice on their charisma rolls. See, it all cancels out, you know.
Okay. That's kind of messed up.
What
Yeah, I feel like females
the
should.
heck?
I feel like females should have better constitution, given that
You know, they give
their
birth.
miraculous, their whole miraculous power of giving life to whole new humans.
I mean,
That's sexist.
I get, like, in some RPGs, they make the women, they make the men more physically focused and then the women more magically focused. But to give a half penalty for strength, constitution, and another stat, but then only give them a 50% boost in charisma? Like, holy crap, that is so lopsided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least with
Yeah.
the whole magic focused for women, it implies that that the women are more intelligent, while the men are more physically active.
Well,
I mean, yeah,
that
granted,
and-
it sounds a little sexist, but
but I mean, at least it's balanced sexism. Like, what is he gonna say, that the male characters don't get any penalties?
Oh no, let's find out.
PEMDAS. No time to be mad about that though, as we're moving on to the tables. Or rather, the ones that just straight up aren't finished. Yes, several tables.
I'm
in
sorry,
the
what?
spawn of Fashawn
Nani?
have
Hang
a
on.
bunch of value.
Is he not going to address Picket? Is this implying that the male characters do not get any sort of penalty from creation?
your guess is as good as mine because, as you'll soon find out, I don't think they thought through any of these mechanics at all.
Yeah, no.
I mean, the guy left out
Most of them throwing
the guy left out a
shit at the
table
wall.
of contents, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair.
That lead absolutely nowhere. Like how all female characters must roll on the destiny table due to having the destined mental illness, but there not being any actual destiny table anywhere in the game. What it tells you to do for these is...
I'm
The-
sorry.
Oh, so
The
the
destiny?
The destined mental illness? What?
What?
I'm
So wait,
confused.
Fucking sorry, what?
So, how is being
Money
destined a mental illness? Like, what?
yeah, your guess is good as mine. He never tells us.
Eh.
And of course, they have to roll on this imaginary table for a mental illness, for a character concept that we don't even... What?
Then Wakaran.
I mean, at least
Goodness.
at least Dungeons and Dragons, when you make a chaos or wild magic sorcerer, you know, they're nice enough to give you a table to roll on for your wild magic shenanigans.
I wonder
Yeah.
if they originally meant to have it in like a separate book, but just never had the resources or never made enough money to, or had enough money to make it.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, could you imagine, like, oh, the destinies are all up to the DM's discretion? Do you know how many people would just go absolutely mental coming up with, like, a destiny table for the off chance somebody wants to play as a female character for that game?
And even still, who would want to play a female character with those stat debuffs? Well, I guess maybe people who would want to play on hard mode.
Or someone,
Oh, Jesus.
or someone who would actually want to play Spawn of Fashawn.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Fill them in yourself. Go nuts, go wild. Reality is your oyster and it's happy hour. Why did I buy the book if I'm filling it out myself? Speaking of things that don't exist, magic. There is none. No spells, no effects. There is just straight up no magic in this world at all. Hey, Cam.
I mean,
So, okay. So, if there's no magic, why did you make the women more magically inclined?
Well, no, he never.
I mean, what's the
said
point
that
of the frickin' debuffs then?
Yeah,
See-
he said that he was referencing other games that had similar sex-based mechanics, but not this one.
Yeah, no, like there was Final Fantasy Tactics where your generic female and male units have hidden values where the males will get more physical bonuses and the females got more magical bonuses. But in this TTRPG, like you make females have a debuff to physical stats while leaving the males alone, but you don't put magic into this system to balance out the genders. It's like, what the actual fuck, guys?
Yeah. This is ultimately why I think the dude who made this is basically a special type of stupid.
Either
It
that
just
or...
feels unfinished.
Yeah,
Yeah?
but don't worry, we're gonna get to the punchline eventually.
Give me a fantasy RPG. You got it, Chief. And hold the magic. Hold the magic. And hold the adventure. Hold the Hey, give me a fantasy RPG with nothing. Nothing? But okay, there's gotta be something to do in this game.
Pretty much.
How about we get into a fight? A brawl, a bash, a good old-fashioned snickerdoodle. Put up your dukes, boys. Who's going first? Well, to determine initiative, you simply need to
you're gonna
add
love
2d6 to each fighter's detect level, which requires you to flip to the senses table, which will then showcase the number that you add to your die roll for everyone in the fight. In D&D, initiative is found by rolling one die. But now it's time to fight it out, the process of which Roger Wilcox describes to us in his beaming review. First, you need to find the reflex comparison, an equation to see if either fighter gets bonuses for having better reflexes. Then you determine if you want to make a light, normal, or heavy attack sword and sandal style. Then you determine what area of the enemy you want to hit, head, torso, or limbs. Unlike Dead Earth, it is harder to hit the smaller targets. Then you roll a d20, consult your modifiers, and get the number you use to determine a hit. Before you see if you hit, though, you need to give the opponent a chance to either parry or dodge. Whichever one you choose, consult the respective table, each containing subtables based on what you are fighting. Then you see if any equipment your enemy has impacts their chance to parry or dodge, then roll to see if they parry or dodge. Now you can determine if your strike hit by cross-referencing the weapon with the opposing armor class on the combat results table to get the number you needed to roll to hit. Add your reflex modifier to increase or decrease that hit number. If the number you rolled is equal to or higher than that number, you hit the target. I refuse to cover damage calculation. Go read the review if you're up for some more brain melt.
I'm
No,
sorry.
you got all that?
That was 8 steps just to determine whether or not you hit the target?
Yeah, don't worry. I didn't get it either.
Okay.
I kind of stopped listening halfway through.
It didn't say anything.
Seriously.
Don't worry.
I mean, D&D, it's so much simpler. Roll 1d20. If your total roll with your modifiers is equal to or higher than the enemy's armor class, you hit.
Yeah. Yeah, geez. What the heck?
Yeah, it's kind of hard for a lot of people to hear this, but sometimes streamlining is actually a good thing.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
definitely. Especially when you got people who are bad at math. Like me!
Or me.
I know I'm good at math. I want to be a mad scientist, though. I'm weird. I mean, I haven't tested my math skills in a while.
Look, I do good with basic addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. But when the alphabet gets involved, I'm just... Nope.
Same. Honestly.
Actually,
Same.
oddly enough, I'm actually good with variables. Weird.
Alright, let's continue on with this train wreck. Let's see how badly this goes.
Yeah, let's see how
Yep.
bad this gets.
You have to go through all of this every single time you attack or are attacked. Who are the 17 psychopaths that bought this? Sorry, 17 on the original run, as after our boy
Oh,
Kirby
here comes the
learned that the
punchline.
game was gathering a sizable ironic following, he offered up some reprints in 1998 for anyone who wanted a physical edition. On top of that, in 2021, he released the 40th anniversary edition of the game, including the foreword from the 98 reprints, a new look at the game's history, and quote, a long missing table of contents and index.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah, this
So
dude's an
wait a
idiot.
sec.
40 years later.
later.
It took 40 years to add a table
What
of
the
contents.
And you thought,
40 years. Did he actually put in the Destiny table?
I want to meet the people who got this game and just study their brain. Like, how do you function?
I kind of want to get a copy of this book just to see if this is even playable.
yeah,
You know
that's
what?
why I think the guy who made
Okay.
this was a special type of stupid.
Yeah.
You got the special part right. They were definitely
If you
special.
keep it out of the original, you can add it back in later as a
Special.
feature. Gosh, doesn't this
Is there
entire experience sound like
DLC
a freaking blast?
joke
Well, good
here?
news. You can still buy this gosh darn thing straight off of Amazon. I cannot believe this thing is still
Jesus
alive.
Christ.
Most of these vanish
Even
off the
$11
web within the
feels
same
like too
year
much
they
for this
go up,
thing.
And yet here's Spawn of Vashon still selling
Maybe
physical
wait for it to
copies
go on sale.
44 years later. That
Oh
right
my
there?
God.
Still too
That's
expensive.
the power of a great name. But not every member of the original Trinity was able to survive for this long. As a perfect example
Okay,
of
now I gotta
fleeting
look
power
this up.
comes from the youngest member of that group, Sinzar. Dude, what is up with these names? The Spawn of Vashon, Sinzar. They are tearing it up out here. Sinzar roll.
Okay, so unlike the other RPGs on this, minor spoiler by the way, this one I don't even know if was actually terrible or not.
All right then.
Because this one's actually attached to a very weird story. So let's
Playing
continue.
For the next millennium, alternatively titled Sinzar
Okey
Break Through the
dokey.
Dream Barrier If You Dare, is the 1996
Okay.
fantasy RPG where you attempt to have a lot
think
of
this is
fun
one of
by
the
being
faces.
really cool. No joke, that is the main aim of the game. The center goal behind Sinzar is to become as powerful as you can possibly be, becoming both stronger and cooler until you one day ascend to the level of a god, who then goes
So,
on to
yeah,
become
basic
so
power
powerful
fantasy
that
shit.
he can best other gods.
Oh.
This entire
Okay.
thing is pretty much just power fantasy the game. They even make it a point to insult
Alright,
other
then
fantasy
interesting.
role-playing games where, quote, the player character begins as a total dweeb, unable to survive even the most basic
They
encounters.
actually
Look,
use
I'm
the
not saying
word
that I agree
dweeb.
with
Yeah.
them, but I've played a level 1 wizard before.
Yeah, and yeah, that's gonna
Wow.
get even funnier when you get to the later controversies.
Also, I just looked up the Spawn of Vashon on Amazon Canada.
Yeah.
$16 if I wanted to buy it.
So
I don't want to buy it.
That's
it's still going
hilarious.
with the shit's more expensive in Canada for some reason.
But
Well,
yes,
yeah.
I do love the game where you go from Chud to Chad. That's pretty much what Senzar is.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
pretty much is.
Language
Okay.
included.
And trust
Okay,
me,
okay.
it's gonna get funnier.
Hang on. I just saw the customer reviews for Spawn of Vashon. 63% gave it 5 stars.
Seriously?
Seriously?
I mean, it was mentioned to have an ironic following.
Oh yeah. Let's see here. Fun to read, but I do not think this is a playable rule set. It represents a nearly extinct branch of RPG game design, wherein Pedantry eclipses usability, and the conventions of gameplay were less rigid. Still, thank goodness for playtesting. Still, the author's pull yourself up by the bootstraps gumption is admirable. Okay. Spawn of Fashawn has been a fave of mine. Really? Spawn of Fashawn is a fave of yours?
Hey, so different strokes for different folks. I think
guess.
I don't mind if I send stream link to a friend.
Oh man. Let's see more reviews. Like, no thanks. I don't want to log into Amazon. All right, cool. All right, let's keep going.
All right.
Also, I'll just say, I get it.
Oh,
The cover conveys this thought process pretty much perfectly. I mean, take a look at this fine, upstanding young gentleman. Why, he's on his way to help out at the local soup kitchen. Looking over the rules, they could be better. The language is confusing sometimes, and they fall victim to the introducing terms before explaining them trap, but the mechanics seem to work pretty well together, all things considered. There are also no massive ruling holes or unfinished bits like the other games on this list. And while the endgame after becoming an immortal can get dull after a while, there is a general emphasis on doing whatever causes the players to have the most power and the most fun. So with this in mind, why is this game hated so much? Well, one reason that most people take a disliking to Sinzar is that it's just so dang full of itself. That total dweebs line from earlier doesn't quite sit right when a lot of the people you're looking to have play your game are the fans of those other RPGs, especially when you back that zinger up with, well, that's not the case at all in the Sinzar system, where no wimps are allowed. Aw, man, not again. The main reason...
So, yeah, basically the anime fan on prom night type of shit of its day.
Listen, you can't always insult your fans or your potential customer base when you're a brand new game out on the street, you know?
Yeah.
And don't worry, this gets dumber.
Oh, fuck.
That the game got the metaphorical pan to the head treatment, though, was due to the game's marketing, as thanks to the actions of those who made it, Sinzar got off to a pretty poor first impression. See, when you make a new game, you gotta find a way to get some eyes on it, or else it's just going to fade away into obscurity. And in their attempt to do this, the creators of Sinzar pretty much turned their entire target market against them. Going back many a decade, there was this thing called Usenet, which was a place that people could log on to in order to post chats or threads about specific topics.
Heck?
I remember that. That was a pain to use.
What?
This really was archaic. Holy shit. Got whiplash shit from that.
I think I was still in the rock at that time.
Oh, trust me. You do not want to deal with Usenet, especially back then.
Oh, good.
We take a lot of shit for granted these days.
I just like the fact that I could click on one of my friends and send them like a message and not have them wait like 5-10 minutes to get the message. Not only that, but at least I can send pictures to my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Usenet sounds bad.
Oh, it was.
It's worse.
Wow. I'm kind of glad I didn't use it. I think my dad might have used it. I'm not certain.
I mean, this was
It's
way
the best
before
description that I can give.
chat
There's a lot
services
more
became
to
a
it, but I
thing.
wasn't alive at the time to use it. We're focused on Sinzar here. One of the communities on here was rec.games.frp.misc, which was basically a group where people could discuss tabletop games and, most frequently, the burgeoning TTRPG scene of the late 90s. Sometime in 1996, a bunch of the creators of Sinzar would get onto rec.games and start talking about their game. asking if people have heard about it, played it, liked it, bought it, and overall hyping up the game in an attempt to generate buzz around the newly released Sinzar. Very keyly, doing so without disclosing themselves as the creators.
Yep. It tried to be this cool RPG, and they resorted to astroturfing.
Oh my
Wow.
god. So when insulting your fans or potential customers doesn't work, you try gaslighting them by pretending to be fans.
Motherfuckers tried to pull a Sony.
So did a lot of these people work for Atari as well? Because Atari pulled this shit a couple times in the 70s and 80s.
Oh, and don't forget Drivergate. They also tried it with Drivergate.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I mean. Holy fuck.
But yeah, astroturfing is something that could theoretically work if they don't if you're basically ready to ultimately suffer the consequences if it backfires. Which is, if it backfires, you get very explosive results.
Yeah,
Sinzar found out the hard way.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm betting money that they got burned at the stake for this.
Yeah, and keep in mind, this was 1996.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, it took me quite a while to be able to get access to this forum, as, shocker, Usenet was shut down over a decade ago, but
Gee, I
luckily
wonder
Google
why.
Groups was able to recover some of the threads in there. And while most of the creator messages are lost to time, I was able to find one by a Bridget that shows what this kind of message would look like. Hi, I heard someone mention a new RPG called Sinzar and was wondering if anybody knows anything about it. Have any people done reviews of it? Class-based or skill-based? Combat or story-oriented? Setting? I'm curious. Well, this effort did end up generating some buzz around the game, but it turned out that when people started looking through it, they really weren't too impressed with what they saw. And after people started hating on it, the creators started defending their game pretty heatedly. Now, people already did not enjoy the blatant advertising on their forums, and they especially did not enjoy getting attacked by the creators for giving their opinions, so they started hating on the game even more. The tide was turned again, however, when a bunch of independent Sinzar fans joined the conversation and started insulting those who were being mean to such a great game. It was then discovered that this merry band of heroes were just the creators of the game again, using freshly made alternative accounts.
Oh, what a saw that one
To your
coming.
own rescue without realizing
yes,
that people
suck
check
puppet
the
accounts.
age of the account, the post
Yeah.
history,
Great. So
and
not
the
only are they
email associated.
repeating Atari's mistakes, but they're also taking on Konami's mistakes too.
Ooh. Goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, I
Konami's still on my Konami is still on my shit list, even after the recent games.
Yeah. I still want to get the Suikoden remakes, but damn it.
I got the Suikoden? What?
Yeah. It was Konami's RPG series.
They're Monster
It was actually a
Hunter,
pretty good
right?
RPG series.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I got them. I got them on Steam, and I got them for Joy too.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll probably purchase them one of these days. Got a lot in my library, so.
Yeah, I gotta get them as well at some point because I do want to plan to play them.
I wonder how the decoration's able to buy stuff on Steam.
She probably has Wi-Fi or something. I don't know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know. Somebody
It's
gave her a
fucking
credit
awesome.
card. Hey, Sundu. Oh, Ezo is booping the decoration. Sasha, you just got booped.
Oh, no. Sorry. My
So,
gears
yeah.
are a little stuck.
Sinzar, her astroturfed and tried to be this hip, cool tabletop RPG that sounded weird just saying that out loud. And it backfired.
I think whenever I hear that name now, it's going to bring a smile to my face and make me laugh.
All right, give me just a second. I'm just gonna get Sasha's gears fixed up while this plays.
Associated with it, not the best idea. After this was discovered, things reached their boiling point, and by April of 1997, you have lines upon lines of people hating on Sinzar, detailed lists of all the creators' fake accounts, detailed logs of all the creators' shenanigans, one doxing even, and just some of the most condensed hatred toward one product that I've seen from what's supposed to be the target audience since the original live-action Sonic. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I don't think this panned out quite the way they wanted. So with
you think?
I think this got burned at the stake and thrown into a slurry pit.
Yeah.
Throw
It's on
it!
the
Cast
unholy...
it into the fire!
I mean, it's on the unholy trinity, so I can ultimately say,
Yeah.
kind of backfired.
Yeah.
the world's worst first impression out of the way, Sinzar quickly became legendary online for how much people despised it, officially earning its spot as the final member of the original Unholy Trinity. Did the game deserve this distinction? Probably not. Did the product deserve this distinction? You could certainly make an argument. Overall, Sinzar is a less than stellar RPG that was dragged down to the depths due to the actions of its creators and them alone. Not one of the worst by far, but definitely one of the most loathed. But if the spawn of F.A.T.A.L was the one who laid the foundation and Sinzar was the one to complete the trio, then who was that final member that made up the original Unholy Trinity? Well, it's another crazy title with a word starting with an S. Ladies and gentlemen, the world of Cinnabar. I guarantee you, the world of Cinnabon would have been better received.
Yeah. That just sounds like mediocre cringe, to be honest.
Yeah.
I want to roll for glazing on my Cinnabon. I got a nat 20. How glazed am I, Picket?
I don't know, I'm still trying to microwave ya.
Why am I in the microwave?
Back into the microwave with you. Yeet!
No! But I'm so glazed.
The World of Cinnabar is the 1991 science fiction RPG that sees people travel the stars, undertaking glorious adventures, and is best described by Darren McLennan as, quote, an endless, hideous rant that's written in a language that's indistinguishable from English, but which is not English. You can always...
Okay. I have to say something. When I was reading the cover page, I thought it was saying the ultimate in transgender gaming.
Weird. But this just sounds like a discount Spelljammer.
Oh yeah. Although it does look like it's heavily inspired by the Ultima games.
Yeah, probably, but it's very different, apparently.
Yeah.
count on McLennan to really set the stage. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, what is this Cinnabar? Well, I'm glad you thought. You see, Cinnabar is the enormous hollowed-out corpse of the planet Mars that has been converted into a world ship and flies through the cosmos carrying the remnants of humanity. There is also a massive werestorm that ravages the planet constantly, which was put there by Space Jesus in order to protect the population.
I'm sorry,
Huh.
what?
Huh, which Warhammer 40k storyline was that?
How coked up were the writers for this one?
I know.
Where storms put there by Space Jesus. What the heck?
But yeah, that just sounds like a...
Listen, with the fact that they've mentioned Mars, I have a feeling this is like something Elon Musk came up with during a ketamine trip.
Or a storyline from Warhammer 40k that got abandoned for some reason. Because this sounds exactly like a abandoned Warhammer 40k scenario. I mean, literally, just hear that premise again and tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, do you want to repeat that premise and let us tell you you're wrong?
Yeah, give me
He's going to make us... just for spite, he's going to make us listen to it again.
Yes, I am going to make you listen to this again.
It's a good thing I believe in the resurrection, otherwise I'd say Jesus would be rolling in his grave.
The Cinnabar is the enormous hollowed-out corpse of the planet Mars that has been converted into a world ship and flies through the cosmos carrying the remnants of humanity. There is also a massive werestorm that ravages the planet constantly, which was put there by Space Jesus in order to protect the population. What do you think this is?
Yeah.
I mean, it still comes off as like as something Elon Musk would have came up with while he's high on ketamine.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. But
I can't argue that.
No, but I can't argue.
Nope, no arguments here.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right, Picket.
Yep.
Is two truths and a lie? They lead with that. That's your introduction. You will come to find that there are a lot of strange goings-on in Cinnabar, both the world ship and the game itself. For example, did you know that a lot of the story elements on your adventure are determined by the DM rolling dice to see if something happens? Not them planning out the story ahead of time? Yeah.
yeah, I don't play RPGs, and even I think that's a dumb idea.
Yeah, no, it's a lot easier on the players if the DM is actually planning the story beforehand rather than just making shit up as you go along with the dice rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a DM, I can confirm.
Yep.
Oh boy.
The guide gives you a percentage chance of 2 outcomes, you roll to see what happens, and then you just have to make up the following events as you go. Hope you've been sharpening up those improv skills.
So wait.
It's an improv
Half
game.
the results, you go on with the story, but the other half, you just turn the party into frogs?
Maybe?
Well, I mean, no. He actually said it actually showed on the last in the pop-ups 1 through 7. The story continues unabated, and then 8 through 12, frogs.
And I just assumed it was an abbreviation for something.
No, it just literally said frogs.
Yep, it did.
Yeah.
I saw frogs. I saw it.
Yeah. Thank you, Sasha. I know I'm not insane.
I did definitely see
Well,
it.
he did say improvise, so yeah, I'll just assume he improvised that.
my. So you could be doing a story, and you're in the middle of a werestorm, which okay, it's raining werewolves, I guess. And then all of a sudden, you roll a 10 on your story table. All of a sudden, everybody's a frog. Game over, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
Then what happens next time? You roll up new characters and you come across your old characters who are now frogs?
Hope they weren't eaten by the werestorm or something. I don't know. Cinnabar's weird.
I mean, that just begs another question. If you rolled frogs, does that mean the enemies become frogs as well? And if it's raining werewolves and the werewolves get turned into frogs, do they just become werefrogs?
Honestly, I just I kind of tuned out a lot of the questions when I started playing frickin' Cinnabar, so
I'm giving this game way too much thought than it deserves.
yeah, exactly.
But this is just a
It's
chance for the game to
Cinnabar.
allow you to use your imagination. The game is very keen on allowing you to use your imagination whenever possible. It even asks you right on the back of the box if you are, quote, frustrated with gaming systems that limit not only your imagination, but your character abilities as well? Well, come on.
Isn't using your imagination literally the point of the tabletop RPG?
I mean,
Mhm.
D&D usually gives you like the basics. Like they still have a default world, but you can do whatever you want with it. Same with the classes, the abilities, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Because I mean, you don't have to.
Oh, sorry. I'll let you finish.
It's okay. Like in D&D, you don't have to abide by the whole established canon map or anything, or the canon cityscapes. You can do whatever you want with them, and then reference them or change them up however you want. But the fact of the matter is that the D&D modules that they have with like pre-established classes and story, they still let you go off rails whenever you want.
Yeah, exactly. The mechanics are really just to help you realize your weird concepts. Not really a hindrance or anything.
No.
Mm-hmm.
On down to the world of Cinnabar, where we'll make you even more frustrated by doing that exact same thing. See, most characteristics
Oh, so it's just selling us
boy.
a discount D&D.
Yeah.
Great.
for your character are determined by rolling dice. We wouldn't want you to have to come up with any of your own character's features. That would limit your imagination. This dice determination is
Makes total
especially
sense.
true with the classes that you can choose from,
Yeah,
as most of the classes in the game are locked
know.
behind stat prerequisites determined by your initial stat rolls. Didn't hit the right numbers? You can't play as that class. Want to play as that awesome biosynthetic warrior that you saw in the book? Sorry, buddy, looks like your strength roll didn't hit the prereqs. Wouldn't want to limit your imagination. Good lord, I can't even
You gotta
begin
roll
to cover this in the
perfect
normal...
20s on all of your stats just to be the best class in the game.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, Ray, you're not thinking with your imagination.
Listen, I'm left with my imagination and more with my loaded dice.
Well, then.
way I would talk about one of these. There are more than 460 pages in this thing, and each one keeps getting crazier. As such, I will be showcasing the points of interest that I think could give you a better grasp on what is going on in Cinnabar, as if I tried to get you through it like the doc does, we'd be here all day. During character creation, you roll 6 dice to determine stats, and if you roll 5 20s, you are allowed to start the game as an immortal born, beginning the game as a type of being that cannot die in any way that matters. Congratulations, you get to play as a fungus. Once level 45, if you didn't start the game off as one, you can attempt a quest to become an immortal. After that, once you reach level 70, you can attempt a quest to become a demigod, and once you reach level 100, you can attempt a quest to become a full-on god. Gods in this universe get a bunch of cool stuff, but are described as gods because they have access to god power. So these guys are really closer to a Super Saiyan god rather than the actual...
Wow.
Allegedly, the max level that you can reach in Cinnabar is...
But, the whole god thing isn't quite as fun as it sounds. You'll find out why.
600, which, considering you reach godhood at level 100, you are going to have a lot of time on your godly hands. Skills not only require skill points to earn, but also require money, time, and prerequisites of other skills, all based on your class. Some of the incredible...
So, basically a real simulation of real life. Unfortunately.
Wow.
Useful skills at your disposal include accounting, banking, basket weaving, marine biology, cinematography, comedian, criminology, dancing, aquatic demolitions, farming, glassblowing, jeweler, landscaping, massaging, mime, motion picture directing, piloting skateboards, pottery, scuba diving, sewing, ventriloquism, weight training, and wood carving.
Yeah, and add this to the fact that the goal is apparently to become a god.
Yeah, but a lot of those like overlap with each other, like marine biologists and scuba diving.
I guess?
Yeah,
Oh my
being a god in this game sounds kind of lame.
Here,
Oh,
I am the god of glass blowing.
I am the god of blowing glass.
I am the god of basket weaving. I declare war upon all of you.
You know, the essentials. Speaking of those classes, here are a couple of highlights. Amazons on Mars are all women
Why
and
not?
carry a 30% chance to be very good looking. All archers come equipped with a crippling gambling addiction. Found my class. Biosynthesize.
I don't play D&D. Is that a thing with archers?
No, well, there's no real archer class aside from ranger, but like you can pick your own you can pick whatever bane you want for your character in D&D. They don't just automatically come with a crippling gambling addiction. Although I did have one player play their ranger as if they were a Disney princess.
Huh.
Yeah, so that was a thing.
Cyborgs are biosynthetic cybernetic organisms, which means that they are robots, but with all of the same stuff that humans have, but better. You need to roll 3 20s when making your character to unlock this class, so I'd hold off on imagining what you could possibly do with it. Mutants are all exceedingly good at hang gliding. Tigers are either superheroes or villains depending on what you rolled on alignment. Costumes are included as well. Some classes in the game have access to certain types of magic because why not? We've already hollowed out Mars after all. Spell levels go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, and 50 because of course they do. Here are some highlights. Sphere of Destruction, a 3rd level spell that instantly disintegrates any creature that can't teleport out of it. As you may have picked up, the balance in this one is a little wonky. Teleportation, a 10th level spell that carries a chart based on your chances to teleport wrong. If you end up teleporting inside of a solid object, you immediately die. Suspension.
Oh, so it has built-in
Oh,
telefragging.
crap. Oh boy.
I mean, D&D. If you teleport into solid matter, yeah, you still die.
Yeah, but you're more accurate in D&D.
Well, yeah, because I mean, half the time you only roll to not go into the to go into matter.
That would explain why time travel is not a concept in the setting. I mean, can you imagine? You'd probably instantly die from the elevation change.
Yeah, that's true. Holy jeez.
A 15th level spell that suspends all movement in a 500-foot circle around you down to the molecular level. Flames of Visor.
Oh, what are these games? They're tabletop RPGs made by amateurs.
Yeah. Holy jeez.
Oh, it still is.
Honestly, I kind of want to get a copy of the handbooks for some of these games and
40th level.
see if we can play them.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a fun group project.
Yeah.
Spell that lets your in-game character ask the real-world DM one question. Star Weird.
That just sounds like metagaming with extra steps.
It
Yeah.
really does. Well, actually, in D&D, there's actually an item called the Deck of Many Things, and one of the cards that you can draw has that exact same effect.
Huh.
The only difference is, it's actually worded in a way where you're only allowed to ask one specific question to the DM, and then after they answer, you cannot ask the DM for those again. Oh, they're all like D&D games, so they're all tabletop RPGs.
Yeah. So, yeah, trust me, if you're laughing now, just wait until you get to the later ones.
Oh boy. I'm looking forward to this.
30th level spell lets you change the color of the effing sun. Wow, there sure is a lot on offer here. Yeah,
Probably not the best spell to cast if
I mean,
SCP-001 was anything to go by.
I mean, to be fair, unless you're fighting Superman, that could come in handy. Change the color of the sun to weaken him.
Yeah.
Or you melt into waxy substance and start telling all organic life to go outside so you could join the mass of liquid flesh.
I mean, we're already playing in a world where we've turned Mars into a space ship, so, and it rains werewolves. I cannot get over that. We've turned Mars into a spaceship and it rains werewolves.
Hey,
What
wait a
the
minute.
hell were they smoking?
If Mars is a vessel, then where the fuck is the sun that we're changing the color of?
Whatever sun is in the way, I guess. Just cast Star Weird, and then randomly the sun in our solar system changes color, but we don't see it.
Yeah, I don't think they put a whole lot of thought in this setting.
You think?
Oh, definitely not.
That's
I am
probably
not
because the
hearing a
game
thing
goes
from this guy.
extremely
Oh,
in-depth and
it just happens.
overcomplicated on pretty much every aspect, but none of the mechanics are actually fleshed out in a way that makes the game deep. Everything is just there. For instance, enjoy this entire effing physical properties of materials chart, which includes density, hardness, melting temperature, and pounds per cubic inch to deform. Or
I mean,
What?
to be fair, that sounds like an interesting idea on paper.
I mean, yeah, but okay, D&D allows you to have the weight limit for your characters, but I really don't need the weight. I don't need the pounds to deform for the currency that I'm using in the setting. Nor do I need the melting point of half the materials.
Well, I did say on paper.
Well, okay, I will give you that. But I mean, why would I have a black hole in my back pocket?
Oh, it's simple to put to kamikaze a bunch of enemies, and also doom the entire Mars spaceship thing that you're living on.
I think that was
Well,
actually a Final Fantasy VIII joke.
Yeah, thank you. Why do I have 100 collapsed suns in my back pocket?
Because Square Enix actually thought the junction system was a good idea for some reason.
Hey, listen, you know what? They were high off of their own farts after they made the materia system, so may as well junction magic to your left arm and make yourself stronger.
have an entire gosh dang starship built for you for like $1 billion. Cause what else are you gonna spend the money on? 204,498,977 Red Baron pizzas? Man, I freaking
Yeah, it
wish.
still sounds like a better
Imagine
investment.
yourself sorting through the
Yeah.
25 different damage categories that could stem from combat. Or how about the awesome charts that are all vital to the gameplay experience, like the speed and distance of thrown objects chart, the falling speed chart, the body hit locations chart, the body hit locations if you have wings chart, and who could forget the moving silently on different types of terrain chart. Oh, and
Why? Just why?
It sounds
Yeah,
less like
why?
rules and more like the dungeon master has to deal with a very irritating player, so they had to throw this together.
I mean, yeah, I hate having to calculate fall damage when a player decides to jump off a cliff randomly, because I've had that happen. I've also had to calculate fall damage for a player that just decided, yeah, I don't want to play a magic class, so I'm just going to jump out my window now.
No, Charles, you cannot kill that person by throwing a sponge at it. Here's the math that could actually prove it.
Yep.
Seriously, just
Like, I think a lot of those charts are just overkill.
yeah.
just to make sure that we don't frustrate you by limiting your imagination, any and all house rules are explicitly not allowed per the game's rulebook. You must play the game rules as written. Also, don't forget.
Yeah, I have a feeling that
That
rule's
sounds
not
boring.
enforced.
Jeez.
But
At least
let's explain my on the Trinity.
At least with D&D, they even state in the Dungeon Master guidebook, hey, if these rules are just a suggestion, if your players do something and you want to see it happen, let it happen.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? Oh, they befriend the NPC goblin that they are introduced to. Well, you can use that to crush the party's hopes and dreams.
Yeah, it's not to me that the people were exaggerating when they say green is not a creative color.
Yeah. Guess what?
Forget about
It
the
is.
flying bears with laser eyes. Those are also here.
My eyes are
You
green.
know, on Mars. Can't believe I forgot to mention those. Now, as much
Okay, you can't have a cool enemy concept like this and a game this stupid.
Yeah.
Fuck it. If I get my hands on this book here on this system, I'm gonna throw that enemy at everybody.
Hopefully, without the
Congratulations.
stupid no house rules rule.
Listen, I am going to throw bears with laser beams firing clams out of their mouths at the party who is playing on Mars that has been turned into a spaceship where it also rains werewolves and has a system in place where you roll a die and you randomly turn everybody into a frog.
But did you roll for it, though?
I mean, yes, if I roll. Listen, this is up there with the other game where you don't even start and you can just die right before your character's introduced.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
at the very
Larry
least, you don't get to play it.
True. Anyways.
As much as I am dogging on the game here for the complete mess that is going on, there
Was that
is a lot of
like
stuff in here
that
that
Dead
does
Rock
sound
game or
really
whatever it's
cool.
called?
But believe it or not, despite how
Maybe.
expansive everything is, what with all the things transpiring, it ends up becoming pretty shallow due to none of the stuff really operating together at all. They've thrown an egregious amount of spaghetti at the wall in the hopes that a bunch of it would stick, but they forgot that when you do this, you are still left with a ton of spaghetti on the floor. What you end up with is a document with a couple of cool ideas and a game that hardly functions in any enjoyable way due to all the bad ideas still being in there. I tried my best to showcase why this is, but if I couldn't get it done, then this quote from McLennan should sum it up pretty neatly. He took the worst aspects of every game ever made, threw them into this game, and then turned up the suck meter until it broke off. Say what you want, the man has a way with
Wow.
words, and that should...
That is certainly a way with words. Wow.
It is.
Oh,
And it's not even the
that
best
is
roast he ever did.
brutal.
Oh, that is just brutal.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's almost as if it shouldn't have the freaking no house rules rule.
Yeah.
cover the whole of the unholy trinity. The first unholy trinity. The one that got overthrown by the new one made up of games that are all worse than them. Jeez Louise, this is gonna be torturous. Before we condemn
To say the
ourselves
least.
to unending misery though, I want to briefly touch on the only TTRPG that has attempted to make a power play for a spot in that trio. That being the hip new kid on the block, F.A.T.A.L. F.A.T.A.L is the 2015 mythic fantasy role-playing game. Wait a minute, sorry, F.A.T.A.L stands for Mythic Fantasy Role-Playing Game. My bad. You know, I was going to make fun of the generic name, but then I remembered the name of the most popular game about exploring dungeons and fighting dragons, so I think I'll let this one slide. That is the only thing that I'll let slide from this one though, as this game was penned by ex-Nazi and convicted murderer Varg Vikernes, and contains all of the material you would expect.
What? Hold up! What?
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
my
Varg
God.
Vikernes. The guy who burned down a
No.
church
Horrifying.
and I believe murdered someone. He made a fucking RPG.
So hold up. This guy murdered somebody, burnt churches, and also, mild point here, was a fucking Nazi?
Yep.
Apparently, it's evidence in this He burned down a church.
Oh my, that doesn't help his case. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
There's a good reason the motherfucker was in the same ranks as Charles Manson and a lot of evil musicians.
Okay, apparently,
Holy-
this guy is a let's see, Norwegian musician, and
Goodness.
and during his early career, he did black metal albums. Let's see,
Yeah. I don't know why you pan
Oh, God, I
into
just
tabletop
found his Reddit
RPGs.
page.
Oh yeah, he's out of prison, by the way. I let you know.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, he was in prison. He is out now. Holy shit! And he's only 52.
yeah. So he
Expected
was
him
a
to be
musician.
older, surprisingly.
Oh my god! I just saw a picture of him in prison. He kind of looks like somebody from he looks like one of the young kids from the Duck Hunt show, Duck Dynasty.
He also
Huh.
apparently had one of the most sinister, evil smiles in the courtroom.
Oh my god! Like,
Come here.
oh, oh, oh! I'm looking at his wiki page. Oh no!
What'd you
Oh,
see that
yeah.
I haven't seen yet?
This is the equivalent of basically discovering.
What'd you see?
I'm going over like the murders, the arsons, his music career. Oh, holy jeez!
Yeah, this is basically the equivalent of discovering Lost Prophets, only to discover Ian Watkins for the first time.
And also let it if these sources are correct, and let it be known, Wikipedia isn't the most reliable of sources. Yeah, this guy sounds pretty fucked up.
Yeah, there's
I
a good reason
mean-
he's in the top. He's among Charles Manson and Ian Watkins in the worst, in the evilest musicians category.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, don't worry, Ian died in prison. Very recently, by the way.
Ian Watkins died in prison, so we don't have to worry about them. Oh,
It was the
jeez.
brightest spot of this year.
Oh boy! All right, let's continue with this train wreck.
Yep.
From that rap sheet. Yeah, poorly veiled racism, political messaging. Look, I really don't want to get too deep into this one because everything in here that you could point to as bad, one of the Trinity does it worse. It's legit just not worth talking
He's not
about
exaggerating,
because
by the way.
everything it's doing was done more offensively over a decade ago. I'm out here looking at all these stereotypes and going, yeah, but it's no F.A.T.A.L. I'm not wasting my breath as we've got worse stuff coming up. Although I will point out two things that do set it apart from the unholy members. Firstly, my Farog is, for some reason, available on Tabletop Simulator. I am not responsible
Wait.
for this. I put some weird stuff
Wait,
on there. I
what?
know this one is not
What?
mine. Or at least I thought that this was a unique trick.
It's available for Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah, I don't really know what they were thinking either.
Why was this
I mean,
allowed?
it was probably made by it was probably made by a community member who posted it publicly.
Or maybe 4chan.
Honestly, I had
Either way.
Honestly, I haven't even heard of this game until now, so not
Me
that well
neither, to be
known.
perfectly honest.
Holy.
Right, but it turns out that F.A.T.A.L is also already
Moving
on
on.
tabletop, because sure, why not? And
Yeah, foreshadowing, by the way.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
yeah.
2, this is the only game I've seen go partially in depth about the benefits of using moss as toilet paper, so hey, at least it's got that going for it. And with that, I can hold off the tide
no
no
comment.
longer, as it's now time to delve into
None
the
whatsoever.
modern unholy trinity.
Nope.
Now equipped with the knowledge that a game written by an actual convicted murderer never even had a chance of making it into the group. I have already alluded to one of the members, and longtime viewers should already be aware
honestly
of
kinda
why
funny.
he's here. You know him, you hate him. Everybody give a rousing round of nothing for F.A.T.A.L. Aw, there he is. What a little scamp. You want to know something crazy? I think F.A.T.A.L might be the weakest of the 3. But no time.
And,
The
yeah.
weakest.
Think about that for a
Holy-
second. This is F.A.T.A.L.
That cover page.
Yeah, it looks exactly like some shitty metal. Actually, wait, it's actually a metal song about it, so, yeah, I guess that was the point.
Time to worry about that. It's been over a year and a half since we last talked about him, so I think it's time to hit a quick refresher. What is F.A.T.A.L? I'm very glad you asked that. Ryan Keene, why don't you go ahead and tell us in
Another
song?
time, another land. What the?
This is real, by the way.
It's all downhill from here.
Obviously.
Yeah.
F.A.T.A.L, also
And
known
don't
as
worry.
Fantasy Adventure to Adult Lechery, until they changed it to From Another Time, Another Land in an attempt
Jay, I
to
wonder
save
why.
face, is the 2002 fantasy RPG that features some of the most disgusting and depraved mechanics to ever hit the pages of a role-playing game. In addition to those mechanics,
No exaggeration,
just being
by the way.
overall not very good. I've been trying to think of ways for how I can properly showcase all of F.A.T.A.L's quirks to you so that you hate the title as much as I do, and I think there's really only one way that I can do that.
Okay, so I gotta actually spoil something a little bit. A lot of the mechanics in F.A.T.A.L sound like someone who absolutely detested RPGs to a point where they researched them religiously simply to hate on them more.
Jeez.
So basically the writer of this RPG was like a YouTube commentator.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised. Not
We do an
Wednesday.
ad! Hey, buddy, you look like the kind of guy that could really use a good TTRPG. I do currently not own one. Well, lucky for you, we've got one right here. Introducing F.A.T.A.L. Let me ask you something. Do you enjoy reading? Sporadically and inconsistently? Well, then you will enjoy the over 900 pages of rules on display. That's nearly 3 times the amount found in the campaign for North Africa.
But wait,
don't read
there's
it once.
more!
The overcomplexity
Nani,
of the rules
sir?
will ensure plenty of rereading potential when you inevitably have to double back. Wow, this will take me weeks to get through. But that's not all. Enjoy mechanics that function so well, they transcend logic and reason. Is the maximum speech rate of your character too low? Then just roll your average speech rate to be higher. Problem solved. Wait, speech
What?
rate is a stat? Why?
What?
Because F.A.T.A.L
And that's not even the dumbest part.
What? Nani?
I think I lost brain cells.
Get
What?
prepared to
What?
lose more.
I need beer.
Nani,
D.
sir?
Learn all of the intricacies of your character by generating very specific traits like eye color, hair thickness, pee strength, nipple size, and the circumference
mechanics
of
for
your
eye
nipple, all
color?
determined at random by rolling dice
Wait,
for
whoa,
over
whoa, whoa,
3
pause,
hours.
pause.
My what
Wait.
circumference?
Wait. You can roll. You can roll for how well you piss, but also roll for asshole size. What the fuck?
Yeah, see what I mean when I say this feels like an RPG that was made by someone who hated RPGs that much?
Look, the only reason
Depraved.
the only reason any character should roll for asshole size is if they're playing a character that is constantly sponsored by Bad Dragon.
Or the
That
Book
is
of
the
Erotic
only
Fantasy.
time.
Oh my goodness.
Like, what?
And it only goes downhill from here.
What good is rolling
I
for
should've-
strength?
I
It's
should have
not
saved that shower.
It's
I should-
not like you're going to attack an enemy just by pissing on them, unless they're made of fire. But even then, that's beside the point.
Well, in F.A.T.A.L, chances are it probably is.
I did not need that image in my head, but thanks, Ray.
You're welcome. If I had to have that
But
image,
wait,
you have to have
there's
it too.
more. Fancying a challenge? F.A.T.A.L aims to foster a contemptuous relationship between DM and player, with both encouraged to make the other's gameplay as miserable as possible. Wow, just like
Oh,
Mario
lovely.
Party. Exactly
goody.
like
All
Mario
the
Party.
D&D
Immerse
rules.
your merry band of misfits into the dark and disturbing world of F.A.T.A.L through the intricate world building, featuring the new and revolutionary racial hatred chart. The what?
Oh,
Now included with pre-made
Hey.
slurs.
Wow.
The
Wow.
Let's hear a
The
word from
fuck?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. So wait a sec. There's a chart for how racist you are?
I mean, you
Yeah.
have a chart for butthole size. Does that really surprise you?
I mean, not really. but
F.A.T.A.L is
also
genuinely that unhinged.
I mean, rolling for anal size is really unhinged to begin with. That I will say. But it's a whole other level when you actually have a chart for predetermined prejudice against other species.
It's like this
As well-
book
Yeah,
was.
that-
It's like this book was written to offend everyone.
Well, I
Well,
mean, it was written. No.
Well, mission accomplished if so.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck.
I'm not even human, and I'm offended.
So,
Dang.
and it also comes with pre-made slurs, too. Awesome. Great. Could you imagine the people clipping this?
Assuming people clip this.
Well, yeah, true. Oh,
Our
fuck.
creators! Fantasy gamers have never seen this degree of historical and mythological accuracy. It is the goal of F.A.T.A.L games to astound
Alex, you
and thrill
missed a
those who
lot.
seek a role-playing game based on
Yeah, you missed the introduction to one of the most unhinged RPGs of all time.
Give me a sec. I'm going to go grab a glass of water because holy crap, I need a palate cleanser.
Alrighty.
Oh, jeez.
I'm making some tasty treats.
Alrighty. Well, the VOD will
Try
be
not
up
to set yourself on fire with the
for
oven.
a little bit. Anyways.
Oh no, I'm quite good at preventing myself. My self-immolation.
But yeah, like I said, F.A.T.A.L feels like an tabletop RPG made by someone who hated tabletop RPGs so much they researched everything about it just so they could hate it more.
I mean,
That's commitment. I give him that.
Yeah, that is commitment. Jeez.
It's up there with like, oh my god. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking back to what I can compare this to, especially with like the chart of racism and slurs.
Hi, Alex.
And it feels like 2016 Doodle Tones making her own RPG. back when she used to drop the N-word a lot in her videos.
I don't even think Doodle Tones could think of something this deranged.
God.
What's that? I mean, kind of funny how, like, back then, it was the casual dropping of the N-word is the least problematic thing about her.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, but the less we talk about her, the better.
With that person.
Yeah. Oh, God. All right. Who else are we waiting on?
I don't know.
Are we waiting?
I
I
was
just went to
actually,
get water because holy shit.
yeah, I was just waiting for you to grab your water.
Awesome, thanks. I'm good now.
On accuracy, realism, and detail. Another faulty conclusion drawn by Darren. Where is dating included? But don't forget the reason we rolled for all those orifices earlier, as F.A.T.A.L has rules upon rules for getting involved in some action. Yeah, I think the last thing that I want to do with my friends is get involved with some consensual action. Oh, well then you'll fit right in. What do you mean by that? F.A.T.A.L! Forget about this.
Oh my
Don't
God.
worry.
Lickety split. On sale nowhere, so don't even bother.
It is available on Tabletop Simulator, though.
What?
Oh my god, my earlier comparison was actually very apt. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, let's move on. Let's move
F.A.T.A.L.
on.
Well, that was fun. Did you have fun? Good, time to ruin it. If you didn't pick up on that particular ending
Wait,
line,
that was fun?
there's a lot of stuff in this game that I am not too keen on talking about because
that felt
I'm
like
here
torture.
for fun bad, not ruin my whole day bad. But for completion's sake, and so you don't have to go looking through 900 pages for yourself, if you want to see the content I'm talking about, I will return to my old bag of tricks. For exactly 1 frame, there will be a flash of all of the heinous material that I don't want to cover for you to pause and read. Just like
Oh my.
I don't know if I'm
Just
gonna
one
be able to
frame.
get that 1 frame, to be honest. Probably for the best.
You just gotta slow the video down a bit.
I mean, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, that's fine.
Yeah.
before, I highly recommend
I am
not
morbidly
pausing
curious.
to read it. Nothing is worth the risk. To those who didn't bother, I applaud your self-control. Now it's time to get back to the fun bad. Yeah! One of the more
I guess I
underexplored
missed it.
parts of
Dang
F.A.T.A.L
it.
is the game's magic
Yeah.
system. There are, of course, a ton of terrible things to be found here, just like everywhere else, but the spell list does contain some spells that I think are pretty funny, and has the one good idea that I think the game had, the magical misfires. Let's take a peek at each, starting with the spells. Here are some of my favorites from the list, with most of them being included due to just how petty the wizard must be to even have these. I cast Aching Feet, Banish Allergy, Bestow Aching Back, Bestow
Oh my
Aura,
gosh.
Bestow Intoxication, Bestow Leprosy, Bestow
Oh my.
What?
Yeah,
What the heck?
of all the numerous problems F.A.T.A.L has, this is actually the one idea that was actually good.
So wait a sec. You got all of these petty spells that you can cast on people at will. A game that was created by some sex cult. Okay. Cool. I could just randomly cast Bestow Leprosy on random people, I guess. Or
Yeah, Those
Or
spells
just
would be amazing in a comedic RPG. But then you remember that you've gone
Yeah.
from F.A.T.A.L.
This has the same energy as one shot questers but joke but spells. Like the unreachable itch.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
there are so many memes about that. But then again, too, there's also the meme of mend butt crack in D&D.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
I heard that.
Oh my god. Could you I just had a thought, and I'm probably going to ruin people's ears with this. A combination of mend butt crack and bestow diarrhea.
Oh, jeez, that is actually probably something I'd find in F.A.T.A.L. Never mind.
Oh my god.
Heinous.
That is the most heinous combination of spells. And I know several players that would do it just to torture somebody.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Let me guess, the session usually ends by then.
I mean, to be fair, I do have one player character that's upset at the fact that we actually put him in a stroller for a couple of sessions.
Let me guess,
Okay.
heist mission?
No, actually what happened was we went into the Underdark. He asked our Goliath barbarian to throw him at a house we were found randomly in a cave. My friend's character gets thrown at the house, goes through the house, ends up behind the house, and lands against the wall back first because he failed his acrobatics to do a cool flip and slide. So he broke his back. So he broke his back for a couple of sessions. The Goliath that threw him and the DNPC had a litter of kids a couple of sessions back. Don't ask. And the only thing we had to help was the fact that they somehow still had the kids' stroller in their bag of holding. So one of the characters magically made the stroller adult-sized, and we had him in that stroller for 2 sessions. Kind of like trying to Professor Xavier him.
Wow.
Okay, that was actually kind of funny if it
There's
did
actually
sound like a tamer version of a RPG horror story.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was hilarious.
Oh, yeah, also, Drevin, I was drawing, but I ultimately became distracted by the group reaction, so yeah, we're just doing the group reaction.
Yeah,
Yep.
May as well rename the stream at this point.
pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll probably do that in
Alright.
post. Usually do that.
Yeah.
Alright then.
Alright.
Sorry guys, if you were expecting art, we kind of took it over.
Go man.
Pretty much.
Go
Me.
man.
But yeah, we still got more spells to go through.
Loss of appetite. Bestow Eon. This one literally ages the target by millions of years when you touch them. Business spell. Profit
That
from
sounds like
target
just
business
turning
increased
people
by
to dust with
10%
extra steps.
Per caster level. Detect inferiority. Force fart. Near-death experience. Putrid portrait. Literally just draws a
fart?
bad caricature of the target, which makes them sad. Recipe for skin disease? Test of pregnancy. And finally, I cast unattractive. It just makes the target ugly. Make sure you
Wait, okay. Unattractive is one thing, but there's a spell that randomly makes somebody pregnant?
Well, it's a pregnancy test, from what I saw.
So wait, it just summons a pregnancy test kit for somebody?
I think it is just a pregnancy test spell. But
God.
knowing F.A.T.A.L, I could be wrong. Oh,
Maybe. I did.
also, Azo, yeah, I love Hunter the Parenting. Definitely, if only because because if the Emperor had a text-to-speech device wound up getting canceled because Warhammer 40k copyright policy kind of screwed them over.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, Hunter the
Warhammer.
Parenting was definitely worthy enough successor in my eyes. It's actually animated, so.
Holy shit. Oh. All right. Let's continue.
And if you think all those were offensive, just wait until you get to the mechanics.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah. Gotta wait for the video to buffer.
You are
would think
careful
that
when
the
casting
video
all
would
of
buffer when
these
you're
incredibly
paused.
useful spells, though, because if you biff your attempt, then you might just get a magical misfire. Magical misfires are what occur when you fail a cast or use a spell incorrectly. With instead of nothing happening, you will roll on the magical misfire table and watch on in horror as a completely random effect happens. There are quite a few of these effects that could take place, more specifically 2,000 of them, requiring both a D10 and D1000 roll to determine which one you get. If you think the D1000 roll is bad, in character creation, they have you make a D1,000,000 roll to see if you become a freak of nature.
Sorry.
You read that
I'm
correctly.
feeling up for a challenge today, so we're gonna read through all 2,000 of them. What's the first one on offer?
D1 million?
A D1 million just to figure out if you're going to be an abomination or not?
Yep.
Oh my
Does
God.
such a dice even exist?
Maybe on Dice Roller, but not like in actuality.
And maybe there's a dice rolling program we don't know about. I don't know. But, prepare to get this concept ruined immediately.
2 gay ogres appear within 3 D10 feet, and okay, we're gonna be jumping around just like with the spells. I think that is a much better idea. 4. A gerbil escapes from the target's rump. All who see this are stunned for 1 round. 21.
Oh, so it's just the boys plot point. Or at least it happens in the comic. I never saw the show yet. I heard it was good, though.
I'm sorry. Were they playing Cards Against Humanity when they were making this game?
Nah, I don't think it existed, but during the time F.A.T.A.L was being created.
I guess.
Oh, hey, creepy.
All armor within 3 D10 feet shrinks by 50% in size. Characters inside will die of constriction. 391.
Oh, okay,
all
that's
characters
the
within
normal
3
one.
D10 feet acquire depression. 508.
What?
All
Wait.
characters within 3 D10 feet are now naked and covered with honey.
Wait, you go
540.
from
All
depression
characters
to
within
honey
3
and naked?
D10 feet become able to hear earthworms crawling. 633. All characters
Why?
within 3 D10 feet die from lightning bolts from the sky, except
What?
the caster. 681.
Okay,
All
so just
characters
instant
within
death.
3 D10 feet grow a fully functional tongue from their forehead. 716. All characters within 3 D10 feet magically climb the nearest tree and magically fall from the top. 743.
So you just go
All
from
characters
dying
within
to
3 D10
jackass?
feet now
Yeah, and these are all the tamer misfires.
Yeah, those are the tamer.
I have to
Although,
ask. What
I
were
have
you? Were they smoking when they wrote all this, they had to have been smoking something to come up with so many of these.
It might have just been exhaustion. How I usually come up with things.
Exhaustion, crack, speed. I'm pretty sure there was a speedball involved at some point.
Or maybe Fatal's just a product of a deranged mind. Actually, yeah, that's probably it.
I wouldn't be surprised if like some deranged hentai was involved too.
Yeah.
Well, at least these guys got an outlet for their problematic behavior. Too bad it had to be a tabletop RPG.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now believe that any character who is taller must die. 749. All characters within 3D 10 feet now believe that the world is a rhombus. 945. All characters within 3D 10 feet transmogrify into air and die, but seem to vanish. 970.
What?
All characters within 3D 10
What?
feet will now fart
Oh my
silently, no matter
God.
how hard they push.
That's
I believe that one is meant to be
horrifying.
fart. 1066. In the nearest community, children rule and adults are slaves for 3d10 days. 1136. The caster hallucinates that it is the opposite
Sounds like a
season
nightmare.
and dresses appropriately. 1143. The caster hallucinates that they are an orange and every character is trying to peel them. 1169. The caster must force broccoli into each ear or they become irate and scream until they can. 1208. The caster teleports
Why?
into the cottage of an arguing peasant family. 1267. The
Some of
local
these are so
government actually cares
hyper-specific,
about its
it's
citizens
hilarious.
For 3d10
Yeah.
hours
What
and
the
tries
heck?
to help them. 1411. The near
Yeah, to be fair, it's Fatal.
Yeah. Also, hi, creepy.
Hey, creepy.
Hi, creepy.
And yeah, Fatal is definitely unhinged, Alex. Sorry, I didn't notice your
Oh,
reaction
yeah.
there. We're kind of paying attention to the insanity on the screen.
Of course.
Yep.
And this is the tamest of the three.
The weakest.
nearest
No.
king seeks out the caster so that they may be thanked, praised, dismembered, and eaten. 1987.
Wait, what?
Whenever in the
What?
presence of a potential mate,
That's
the
like
nearest
such a
male
far turn.
howls like a wolf.
Heyo!
And 1705, this spell is cast. Fatal. Fatal is a 10th level fire spell that instantly kills all life on the planet the caster is on, including the caster. In other words, this is a spell that will
What?
instantly end the game. Oh wow, my favorite spell by far.
Pause for a sec. So, not only do you have access to a spell that just kills everybody, whoever made this game had to have played Ultima, because you get access to the Apocalypse spell, which does the exact same thing, only the player character and Lord British are left alive after casting it.
I mean, to be
And it
fair,
puts the-
Fatal is probably a mercy kill for anyone playing it.
probably.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Tony.
It-
Nice to meet you,
It's
too.
a mercy for the players.
Hey, Tony.
Hi,
Alright.
Tony.
Hi, Tony.
Wow,
Oh, my
that was
lord.
a whole lot more fun. Almost makes you forget what we are dealing with here. Don't worry though, if you want to be reminded as to the horrors of Fatal, here's another one-frame trick of the spells and misfires that I couldn't include. Awful. I do genuinely think that the magical misfire system would be a great addition to a comedy-focused RPG. Like, imagine failing a roll to light a torch and your hat turns into a group of squirrels that won't leave you alone. There is a lot of potential here. But the limited defenders of Fatal stick by the game and say that if you just give it a chance, you'll see that it's really not bad at all. Well, you see, people already have And it definitely is. Case 1. Content creator Zig.Minthotep detailed each and every process you would need to go through in order to properly create one F.A.T.A.L character. It takes 327 rolls on a total of 654 dice, with the average character creation time being somewhere around 3 hours. Case 2. A detailed account of a group attempt to play through an intro adventure. They eventually had to throw the entire thing away when they realized that every encounter in the game has more detailed conditions for how to force yourself upon and enslave enemies than it does for straight up killing them. Case 3. A multi-post long campaign journal of one person who talked their friends into playing the game without informing them beforehand of what F.A.T.A.L is. That is diabolical! The group never actually ends up reaching the explicit combat content, as before they even can, the players quit playing the game entirely due to how unbalanced it is. This happened because the soap maker character realized that it would take him 4 years to earn the same amount of experience that the herbalist got for healing 2 people. Needless to say, F.A.T.A.L is appalling both from
There's a soap maker. They got a soap maker job and an herbalist job in this.
Yep, and they couldn't even start the game.
Healer.
Okay, Picket, if I try to get you guys to play this game, I want you to shoot me.
Okay, sure.
Duly noted. And it says I find my gun.
2 shots to the head, right?
Two shots. One to do it, and another to make sure. Cause holy shit, I might get the book just to look at the other spell effects to see how unhinged they are. But I would not subject my friends to that. At least
or your
I
enemies.
No. But I mean, the thing is, if I wanted to like play it as like a joke or something, I would probably ask my friends first and then see their reactions to it.
I mean, to be fair, but they even realize it after maybe 1 hour of going through it. Seems like they'd immediately quit.
Knowing some of my friends and players, they would probably look at the character creation, see what goes on with it, and just nope out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Problem solved.
Yeah.
No one's going to play F.A.T.A.L. The game actively wants you to not play F.A.T.A.L.
The game that never wants you to play it in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dead Earth, except intentional.
Dead Earth.
I would rather play Dead Earth.
From a content and a gameplay perspective, with any half-decent ideas that the game squirts out being buried by mountains of absolute garbage. To send this travesty off once again, here is the single greatest line that has ever been dropped.
Oh, here it comes.
Saying that this game should be burned is an insult to fire.
Damn!
Dang! I think that F.A.T.A.L might be the best of the 3.
What the heck? That's a sick
That
burn.
has got to be the greatest insult I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
And probably the greatest thing you could say about F.A.T.A.L.
Holy shit.
Goodness.
Oh. All right, let's see what the next dumpster fire is.
Let's move
You're
on
not
to
prepared
our
for
next
it.
title then, and see just how bad we can really get. Catered for your displeasure, it is one of the single most mentioned names when I ask for the worst of the worst. Ladies and gentlemen, Racial Holy War. Hey Cam, you have
What?
Wow, that
Sorry,
shit just went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Oh, what are you covering this time?
Wait, I was
You know,
not
people have been
expecting
requesting
that.
I cover Racial Holy War
What?
ever since I first
Holy shit! Wait a sec! Wait a
covered
sec!
F.A.T.A.L.
Wait a sec! Reverend Molyneux? As in Peter Molyneux?
No, this is a different one. Apparently it was a neo-Nazi.
I'm not surprised
Or-
at the neo-Nazi part, but holy shit, Reverend Mullen. Holy fuck.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think it's Peter Molyneux.
I was not expecting that. Okay, let's continue.
Oh yeah, also
I'm gonna
the
need some-
cover is literally ripping off The Hills Have Eyes. Just wanted to point that out.
I think that's the least of this book's problems.
Yeah, but it is in fact a cherry on top of the shit sundae.
I'm gonna need some brain bleach
That
and a
is
cold
over
shower.
a year and a half of
Oh
hearing
my
about it, and I've
goodness.
purposefully avoided looking into it at all until
Jay, I
thought
wonder
that I
why.
was ready to take it on. With a name like this and a reputation like that, you know there is going to be some real heinous stuff in here. So let's take a glance at what this thing has going on under the hood for a quick preview. I think I might have bitten off a little too much here.
You think?
So, back to F.A.T.A.L. F.A.T.A.L has a ton of terrible things in it. Shocking content, this or that, stuff that has no place in any kind of game. But F.A.T.A.L was, at the end of the day, meant to establish some kind of setting or cause a shock value that would get people talking about it. To my knowledge, the creators don't actually believe in or engage in those activities in real life. They're
Okay,
just
good.
trying to sell a game. That's what I thought that something with as absurd a title as Racial Holy War would be. A shock value game meant to get people talking about it to sell copies.
Yeah.
That idea was incorrect.
I just realized there's a
This
DVD
game,
icon
which
in
will
the
herein be referred
corner.
to as this game, was created by a
Wow.
real supremacist group to convey their real thoughts and feelings on the page, which is very evident by the way they describe everything. For instance, when F.A.T.A.L hits you with the racial stereotype armor, it dances around the meat of the language, just giving you enough to maybe catch on to which group they're referring to. Here, they just straight up drop the old Laura Schlesinger not 11 times, but
If you know, you
39.
know.
So in lieu of spreading actual
I don't know, and I'm
propaganda
glad I
on
don't
Bane,
know.
I am only going to be
Bane.
talking about two
Bane.
things from this game. What they aimed to do, and what they actually did. Because believe it or not, with unlimited creative control and a system they built themselves, they biffed their own intended design and message to a comical degree. Here's what is supposed to happen in this game. You play as a member of the White Warriors attempting to save the world from
Yeah,
the
good idea
steep
with the graphics.
population increase of other groups. You can do this in a variety of ways, mostly through violence or recruiting other warriors to your side. So the warriors here are supposed to be facing an uphill battle, but with their apparent inherent superiority, their victory is all but guaranteed. Their words, not mine.
So basically,
Except small
Birth of a TTRPG.
As I think the
gotta
voice
have
count.
If you know, you know.
Actually, I was just saying your voice cut out so I couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
Birth of
saying, I was saying, so basically, Birth of a Nation, but as a TTRPG.
Except, thankfully, this game did not influence modern cinema.
Oh, there's just so many things I want to say right now, and I don't think I can because I don't want you to get demonetized.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not monetized at all, so go right ahead.
I'm surprised this guy didn't get demonetized.
Hey,
Where
he's
do I
trying his best
begin?
not to.
Where do I begin? Because the front cover looks like the Temu version of Schindler's List.
It's literally just
graphic of the
it's
Go
literally
ahead.
just plagiarized. It's literally just the box art to The Hills Have Eyes with the racial holy war literally just plastered on it.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I just looked it up. It is the box art to The Hills Have Eyes. So they basically just stole the artwork.
Yeah, he showed it off earlier in the video.
Yeah.
Even with the person on the front too.
Yep,
Mhm.
it is literally the box art to The Hills Have Eyes.
Yep, literally.
Oh my god, it is. It's just. Oh fuck! They just took the person and just made it worse. Oh. Oh my lord. Okay, cool. So we just found Donald Trump's tabletop RPG. Awesome. Let's go.
Can we please keep politics out of this?
I'll try.
Problem with that, the warriors are actually practically useless in any and all situations. See, when you toss out your very first game as more of a statement and less of a game, you can end up missing a couple key details that make a big impact. And if you couldn't tell by now, we are in fact dealing with a group that could very easily miss out on a few key details. For instance, firearms are a major tool that you would expect to use on your adventures, and based on your stats and choice of weapon, you can get a number of accuracy modifiers to add to your hit chance. Fortunately for everyone else, there is an issue with this, as nowhere in the document does it tell you what your base accuracy number is. You straight up don't have one. This means that your entire accuracy value will be based around the modifiers, which means that at no point in this game will any of your shots have more than a 25% chance to hit, regardless of your level. Your warrior is basically spending the entire game shooting with their eyes closed. I really don't like their odds. But again,
How do you
fortunately
talk
for
I like
everyone
'em.
else, it gets even
mechanic. How? Like,
I mean, they literally stole box art from The Hills Have Eyes and actually expected it to make them look cool. Did you really expect them to put any thought in this game?
I mean, I would have thought they would have put at least a little bit of thought into how the hell you hit your enemies.
Yeah.
Because I mean, having a 25% accuracy is something you might expect at the beginning of your adventures, but like to have that accuracy not improve as you go through the game. Oh no.
But thankfully, it's in a Nazi propaganda game, so we can legitimately say that's a good thing.
Let's just move on. Let's just continue.
worse for them. In order to really hammer home their message, the creators gave all of their racial caricatures similar powers, such as additional kung fu strikes or bribery, the whole -5 yards. Well, with this feature in place, you must be wondering what completely overpowered effect the warriors must have at their disposal. And I will admit, I was taken aback when I saw it. They don't do anything. This game gives the players no special abilities in a game where one group can get up to 6 additional attacks in one turn. Ranged or hand-to-hand, the warriors are completely outmatched in all forms of combat. They are useless.
Wow.
Of course, that's
What?
only if your warriors ever actually
Huh?
get in.
Wait. So, hold on. Let me get this straight. This is a game made by neo-Nazis for neo-Nazis to recruit neo-Nazis, and yet when you play as neo-Nazis, they can't hit shit, and some of the other people they are trying to exterminate are way better than them?
This game feels like a troll in that sense.
You may as well
someone was just,
showed them the full version of American History X, pretty much, for how good this was as a propaganda piece.
Yeah, but if you're doing a propaganda piece, you would probably want the people that you want to propagandize to be like the Gary Sues of the universe, not like, I don't know, Corporal Klinger.
And maybe they saw that Wraithu game from earlier and tried not to replicate it.
Ugh. You know what? Going back to Alex's comment, yeah, this is super cursed.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
There's a-
Super cursed.
I mean, this is on the unholy trinity for a reason. Shockingly, we're
I'm
not at
convinced
the
this-
worst version.
I'm convinced this game was made just to troll, and no one's going to convince me otherwise.
I mean,
It's hopeful
feels
thinking
like
until
it.
you learn that this was, in fact, made by Nazis. Unfortunately.
oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Into a fight, which is very unlikely once again due to the game's own rules. A key part of the game is the intimidation level of your group, which can grant you certain bonuses or debuffs depending on how much more you have than your opponent. Well, the intimidation factor is very closely tied to how many people you have in the party. More people equals more total stats. And if your total intimidation is 5 times higher than your opponent's, they are forced to run away out of fear. Now, the game specifically states that the warriors are a small group now in the minority, so you will be outnumbered in pretty much every battle, as is already the case in most RPG fights. So in every combat encounter, regardless of how armed to the teeth you are, you will at the minimum have your already low accuracy reduced further, or will straight up book it at every opportunity. So to recap, the undefeatable force that makes up the warriors cannot shoot the broadside of a barn, have no special traits that help them at all, and turn tail at even the slightest amount of confrontation. Great job, guys. I'm sure the signups will be pouring in any day.
You know what? I'm convinced. Let's let them use this as a propaganda tool. I'm sure everyone will think they're cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just, you know what? Just continue before I break my promise to Saratsu. Let's just continue.
Alrighty. We haven't got to the worst one, and that one involved politics.
Oh, fuck.
Think.
Now, I cannot think of a
Yeah,
worse
geez.
way that these people would have wanted to depict themselves. They look outright pathetic out there. If I didn't know any better, I would say that the product was making fun of these guys, but based on the language and the fact that the leader of their entire organization pinned this, they really thought they had something here. Yeah, a nice hot and ready steaming pile of trash. Dig in. They didn't even get screwed by having to adhere to a previous system. This is their own custom system. If you build something from scratch just to make yourself look good and you still look like failures, my guy, you have got to reevaluate something. These people are straight up morons. Arguably worse content than F.A.T.A.L.
I mean, they're
Definitely
racist,
worse
so-
construction than F.A.T.A.L. Heck, it's not even as
Oh,
fun
I think
to
that
make
was a given.
fun of as F.A.T.A.L. Just an overall miserable product that I cannot wait to forget. Regardless of who you think is worse, though, these two have got the content side of the Unholy Trinity locked up nice and neat. Ain't nobody touching these two when it comes to their speciality. But with that being said, what could the third member of the trio possibly have to justify its spot amongst these juggernauts of jidiocy? Well, believe it or not, the third game is not actually in here due to any shocking content. Of course, there are some controversial bits, that's to be expected, but those are not what earn the game, it's reputation. The reason that the third game is on here is instead due to it achieving a distinction that no other game on this list has even come close to reaching. Because our last game, it is totally incomprehensible. Ladies
That's
and
no
gentlemen,
exaggeration, by the way.
Introducing Hybrid. Hybrid is the free 1996
What?
RPG that was solo created by Matthew C++ and is best described
I'm
as,
for-
quote,
What?
the insane ramblings of a madman.
You're not prepared to know
Hey,
what's
then.
in this.
I don't
That is
think we
actually
are,
the
but-
most accurate description I've ever seen.
Oh boy.
Because
All right.
if you so this is gonna be the biggest warning. If you look into this RPG, you are going to go fucking insane.
So reading basically reading
Knowing
the
what I know now, I
Necronomicon
think
from
that lunatic would be a better
from
descriptor.
Lovecraft.
The game could be found
lore.
on its own page of someone else's website who host it for Matthew, and the only way to find it now is by using the Wayback Machine, which at this point I've become pretty dang good at using. The fact that Hybrid is not only mentioned alongside titles like F.A.T.A.L, but is considered worthy enough to stand alongside it in the Trinity caught my attention immediately, as nowhere was I seeing any mentions of heinous content, just that the game was really, really bad. This intrigued me greatly, as anything that can be placed in the same wheelhouse as these two for just being that bad is quite the prospect. So I began my search for the game, and lo and behold, IA had the full website from 2002 ready for me to ingest. Now, expecting some truly unbelievable stuff here, I decided to do this one a little different and write the segment as I looked through the website instead of after. That way you could experience every event in the same order that I did for maximum brain melt, and I am very glad that I did that because if I tried to write this down after the fact, it might have driven me completely insane. I'd recommend strapping yourself in for this one, as Intro Cam here knows what's coming, and unfortunately for you and Website Cam, it's gonna be a rough ride.
Oh, good,
Starting us
Alex,
off
you're all
here,
caught
we've
up.
got the homepage. Looks very 2002, a couple links to different versions,
Yep.
but let's stay here for now. The following
You're probably
statement
gonna
is
regret
the
it,
very
Alex.
first sentence on the Hybrid website. Disclaimer. Warning. Rule number 196 is X-rated, and that to calculate L, use X equals C2 divided by 10 to the second, which is for mature audience only at or above age of 20, but most 90% of this RPG is for all ages, though maybe not rule number 193, which is not meant to be read by kids, and rule number 187 explains homosexuality mathematically using modifier G at 11. Excuse me? This is...
And that was the first rule.
Almost explains homosexuality mathematically? What?
And it only
I
gets
love-
worse from
love
there,
to-
people.
First of all, I would love to see how he explains homosexuality mathematically. Secondly, holy word salad, Batman.
Is my first introduction to the game? I just sat down. Who starts a conversation like that? Oh, by the way, do you see all of this blue underlined text everywhere? Yeah, only the game versions at the top are hyperlinks. None of the other blue text that appears are hyperlinks. If you are wondering why the blue text, then I implore you to stop asking questions. They will destroy you. My thanks to the host for the free hosting of my free RPG, Hybrid. But 10% of this RPG is not suitable for children. This is a science fiction RPG. It's mostly fiction. Also, there is no intention to offend any race or gender. It's mostly fiction, and there is no intention to offend any race or and gender or and workings of science or and technology. Most of my RPG is science fiction. Again, this role-playing game is free, and I attempt to make monthly updates to keep it as accurate as possible, by which I mean to weed out typos and any errors in my equations, but 10% of this RPG is not suitable for children. If the whole thing is typed like this, I'm going to go insane.
Oh, hey, Pablo.
Oh, I see. I see why it drives people insane.
That is. Hello, Pablo. Oh, Al, this is
Hey,
the
Pablo.
most unhinged shit I have ever seen.
Huh?
I mean, they did call it the insane ramblings of a madman.
I didn't think they were going to be that accurate. Not
This
even
guy was-
Terry A. Davis was this unhinged when he was going over Temple OS.
No idea who that is, and I don't want to know.
He was
Terry A. Davis.
he was a guy who made a religious operating system. He was actually completely insane. Also, he got hit by a train.
Yeah, that's the TLDR of Terry A. Davis. He was completely insane, and he made an operating system that let you talk to God. But even this is more unhinged than that.
So he tried to make an operating system that let you talk to the God, and then he got smoked by God.
He got smoked by
a
train, but yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, you know what they say that it try to challenge God, and well, hand of fate hits.
Well, I mean, the thing is with Terry A. Davis, he was already mentally unstable to begin with. This was a guy where if you watched his old live streams, he dropped the N-word a lot. And he was homeless. And when he wasn't on his meds, he thought he was married to a Twitch streamer while also communicating with Elon Musk in his head. Like the guy needed serious help.
How long ago was this?
I think he made the OS in the early 2000s, I think, if I remember correctly. The guy was a pretty talented programmer. He built the OS from the ground up.
Huh.
I definitely look up down the rabbit hole video on him eventually.
Yeah, Tom or Down the Rabbit Hole did a thing on him, and Medicare actually did a really good documentary on him as well. And you know what?
The Medicare did omit the fact that he got hit by a train, though.
Yeah, but when Medicare did his video, that was before Terry passed away. So.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why Medicare omitted the whole getting hit by a train thing, because, yeah, as Alex said. But yeah, when Medicare did his video on Terry A. Davis, Medicare was actually very respectable to the guy and actually showed a lot of compassion for him, which is actually kind of good, but also kind of out of character for him, too. Considering some of the other videos done at the time.
It was pretty obvious he was pretty unhinged.
Yeah. No, completely.
But yeah, let's get back to the ramblings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, what do you mean by mostly fiction? Is it all fantasy stuff, but there's an accurate real-world potato growth chart in here? And why did that come right after the race disclaimer? Again, this is the first thing that you see on the official website. At the current moment, this is literally all I know about the game. Next up, a long run-on sentence talking about referencing copyrighted characters is backed up by... Not that anyone would be interested in reading my RPG Hybrid, which is unpopular due to it being mostly diceless, as there is only one rule regarding use of dice, that being to get 2 to 3 or greater for success at particular unit of magnitude for DP, for character creation, and for success of LS or and PL for conflict resolution. Setting! Theme! Vibe! Guy! I need something about your game other than the DP clause!
English is not their first language, and they're heavy on the spectrum.
Honestly,
I'm getting a sense of that too.
I'm thinking
personally,
they're just a troll.
Yeah. I mean, they did have to convince someone to host this on their website, so...
Oh man.
Well, it was, anyways.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was at this point when I looked over at the scroll wheel and realized to my eternal horror that this page goes on
Oh no.
Oh my god.
for
Oh, no.
eons. It is a nearly endless collection of ramblings that might actually kill me if I try to read through it all. So I decided
We're
to go
not
back
even
up
in
to
the
the top
actual
and check out the game
document.
itself before my
Oh my
brain
God.
Not the
wanders
actual
back
game.
up. The link to version 0.2 is broken, so I instead try version 1.5. This link works and successfully takes me to the page for version 0.3. I'm about to cast F.A.T.A.L. I'm sorry, everybody, but I'm taking you down with me. There
Understandable.
are only 50 pages of this RPG, so I might just be lucky
Understandable.
enough to survive. Quote, required tool, a calculator with log10 function. Hint, for those who like to create Digimon-like monsters, use at rule number 111 and number 113. Hint, for those who like to create cyborgs like the $6 million man, look at rule number 114. Hint, for how to convert numeric notation for power into letter notation, look at rule number 55.
There we go.
I'm just glad it's there in case I need it. Seeing as we might finally be starting to talk about the game, I went back to the main page one more time to see if I missed out on any vital ramblings. And it turns out that, quote, the previous version 0.3 was really version 0.15 at 15% complete. So the actual RPG in its newest form is posted in its entirety on the main page. And it is not 50 pages, it is 145 pages. Joyous day. At this point, I'm just trying to find the actual game, so let's keep moving. Example 1.
At least it's
negative
not
energy
900
calculations.
pages.
Example 3.
Yeah.
The greatest military
True.
equation for both military and non-military applications.
true.
Example 5. The
Really?
Comment
Yeah.
Empire. Example 6. The Iraqi nuclear
Yeah,
war
Alex, this is absolutely
program.
cursed.
Post quit.
Iraqi
Post quit right
What?
there. What?
I'm sorry, what?
wait.
Would it even have mattered if you even got an answer to that?
Probably not. It would probably just raise more fucking questions.
What the
Oh.
heck?
Why?
Well, it the guy who made this is dead, right?
No. I
No.
don't think he is.
No, not this. This was a different person. This isn't the guy who made that
Temple OS.
Temple
Oh,
OS
okay.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why
Yeah.
my brain conflated the two.
No
I mean,
idea, but-
to be fair, this is generally some of the most deranged shit you'll ever fucking hear, so probably completely scrambled your brain in that regard.
Probably.
Oh, definitely. I'm gonna need I'm gonna need to go to bed after this, if not sooner.
I'm probably gonna
Understandable.
need to drink myself
Is
to sleep
this?
after
Is this why we needed the mostly fantasy disclaimer? Because the game doesn't function properly without the Iraqi nuclear war program? Quick side note. Look at example under movie reviews for movie Matrix to understand this RPG hybrid. Well, my review of Hero RPG is not all negative, as the description of Atlantis was accurate for the most part. This note continues on for 7 paragraphs until it reaches its own off-topic discussion segment about the state of Louisiana and alimony payments being a new form of slave labor, before it then goes right back to the previous off-topic note, which was cut off mid-sentence. In an effort to convey to you how brain-busting this next part is, I would like for you to guess what the next segment after this
You're not gonna
multi-page
guess.
long solo dialogue about a completely unrelated RPG is. I'm not going to tell you the answer. I am just going to give you 5 seconds to guess, and then scroll down to reveal it to you. A reminder that we have yet to see a single effing thing about the actual game. Good guess. Let's see what's up next.
What?
It took me nearly 20 minutes to mentally recover from that. A complete brownie cake recipe based on the...
Yeah.
Huh?
I was not prepared for the brownie recipe. Is it at least pot brownies?
Huh?
Please
Yeah,
tell me.
spoiler alert, apparently the brownie recipe didn't even work.
Huh?
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
What?
So,
Huh?
so not only did they
Huh?
not
What?
make an RPG system or rule set, they couldn't even get a fucking brownie recipe to work.
What part of that was
Huh?
seemed out of character for you?
What? What? Huh?
Oh, my head hurts just thinking about this.
What?
My head's full of
What?
stuffing.
Good.
What?
Let's make it
Huh?
hurt more.
Huh? What? Huh? What? What? And that? What? Nanny? Huh?
game with the bake time of 22 minutes. Wow, that's so cool. Hey, how long do I stick my head in the oven for? I have yet to see a single rule, and this page has caused me to almost quit twice. I am now legitimately scared to continue scrolling down since I can't rule out the next segment isn't how to make a hybrid-themed bomb. After this, we finally reach the preface. Highlights include being able to use the hybrid system in many popular RPGs like Yu-Gi-Oh! And something about Galactus being too old. Before we finally reach the introduction to hybrid, which is of course using black text on a dark blue background. Painful,
God,
but at least we can start. What's the first thing about the game that we decide to highlight here? Nothing. In fact, first, we need to go through his reviews of 17 different RPGs and 3 unrelated movies. Honestly, that one's on me. I should have seen that coming. Oh, look, he reviewed The World of Cinnabar. He says that it's got some great reading, but is disappointed that there are almost no equations in it.
What is going on?
I am currently about to start squeezing Sasha like a stress ball at this rate.
God, I am very sick.
It don't. It only really causes side strain.
Of all, you know what? For him to review Cinnabar, good on him. I kind of expected Fate to be there. To be honest.
It actually arrives later.
Oh, fuck.
4 rules? Oh, we've done it! We finally reached the actual game! Okay, nobody panic, calm down. If we get too excited, we might scare the game off. Let's begin with something simple. What is the first chapter that we are using here? Theme, setting, character creation, maybe a class or two? Wrong, Chuckle Nuts. Hybrid doesn't do chapters. Instead, what we do here is list off every single rule in the game on a numbered list in a random, undetermined order, each rule being marked by only a number with no table of contents or index. Wow! Unfathomable! Here's what I mean. Rule 0 is an equation that shows how often the game itself will be updated. Rule 1 showcases the conflict between order and chaos in the universe. Rule 2 is the equation for a character's martial arts grade. Rule 3 is how to distribute points. Rule 4 is how to calculate height based on race, like the Israeli male, the Oriental male, and DC's Lobo. And Rule 5 is the equation for weapon damage up to the godly level. Every single rule in the game is conveyed in this manner in the same writing style we have seen before, with little rhyme or reason for the order in which rules are added.
Wow.
Did he? Is he? Okay. Is he making a tabletop RPG, or was he working on like an actual video game and just thought, "Fuck it, I might as well just dump the code and call it a tabletop RPG"?
Wow,
I have no idea.
These ramblings were so unhinged, they actually broke Sasha's avatar.
Oh, wait, is my avatar broken? I changed it.
Ah.
I have multiple on there for reactive images.
We're you know what? We're just gonna go with it.
My Fugi changed.
Oh yeah, she's wearing a bow now.
Yeah, Halloween's over. I took my vampire cape off. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what happened. And I got a little closer to the camera.
Okay. Let's continue with this.
Imagine if you had to learn something like D&D using a similar structure. It would legitimately be a numbered Google Doc that would go, 1. How often a new book comes out. 2. How to calculate your magic attack stat. 3. The amount of experience you get for winning a fight. 4. How to roll dice. 5. How much damage a crossbow does. This is not a feasible way to learn! F.A.T.A.L, we're already here, so we might as well show off the goods. Here are some of the rules that will help you on whatever the heck kind of adventure would end up using all of these. Rule 9. Equation for light speed travel. Rule
to bed.
Possibly.
Yeah, probably.
Either that or I'm hoping that's the case, and it's not just Saratsu like foaming at the mouth and just, you know, going into a coma from this.
Oh, I hope it's not that. Oh goodness, that'd be really bad. I like.
Yeah,
Saratsu.
that would be very bad. Oh Lord.
But yeah, I'd probably just decide to quit. I think I would do if I was him.
You know what? I don't blame Saratsu for just noping out of here at this rate.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't blame
11.
him either.
Equation for how to compute annual
Sorry,
salary.
his internet
Rule
went out.
18. Equation for how to clone a person. Rule 22. Equation for time travel. Rule 25. Mass of an interstellar object. Rule 27. Equation for how many ghosts can be.
Oh, looks like his internet just cut out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was something like that. It happens occasionally.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's a mood.
Yep. Big time. Do we want to wait for him to get back in the voice chat, or?
Hey,
Yeah,
Saratsu, you want us to wait for you to go back in the voice chat, or do you want to continue with the chat?
We are definitely going down some sort of rabbit hole, Alex.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Probably a bat. She's a Halloween decoration, so.
Yeah, I'm a bat. I'm an adorable Halloween decoration. I play Spookwave.
Yeah,
That's really all I can play right now.
if you want my advice, Saratsu, see if you can invest in an Ethernet cable. Usually,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would recommend
Much
that
better.
as well.
Alright. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Saratsu, the guardian angel.
Yeah,
The
let's,
Guardian Internet.
let's fix the size here. Oh, whoops. Too small.
Yeah.
Alright. Back to it.
Captured at once. Rule 34. Equation for battles between two souls. Rule 36. Equation for determining how much manpower is needed to get a job done. Rule 37. Equation for love. Rule 52. How to use time travel by Maxwell's time equation to violate
yeah, that makes
copyright
sense.
law. Rule 59. Equation for determining the height of a woman.
I
Rule
see.
69. The elite
Yeah,
male human
that'd do
population
it.
pattern.
That'd do
Rule
it.
71. How to use the cloning equation to determine the amount of wives a man can have. Rule 80. Quote, the following rule may or may not be accurate. Disclaimer.
Yeah, even
What
at the
everyone
power
should
is
know
probably your
about
best
feminist
bet.
issues, the male positive perspective.
Wait, what
This
the
is
fuck?
the only other functional hyperlink
Wait.
on the site and goes to an article from Backlash about male violence
Wait, this
based
is
on the book
driving me
Women
insane.
Who Love Men Who Kill. Rule
Sorry,
maybe
what was
he's-
all that?
Yeah, maybe Suratsu was right to nope out when they could.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe
Suratsu, your internet was in fact trying to save you.
Yeah, oh my goodness. What the heck is this?
Listen, I'm still Night Sarasu. I'm still getting over the fact that you're using a cloning equation just to figure out how many wives you can have.
And yet it's still one of the tamer rules of this game.
Oh man. All right.
Rule 86, equation for determining a guy's chances with a woman. Rule 89, equation for improving your grade point average. Rule 90, how to travel to Pluto and back on a non-state sponsored personal project. This rule is 4 paragraphs long. Rule 106, how to calculate a woman's power level.
This is
Rule
deranged. Goodness.
I mean, are we really surprised that rule exists? This dude rambles about so many equations that seems pretty par for the course.
I mean, this is also the fact that we had a game earlier in this list that had a table for urine strength, so okay.
Yeah.
14, how to create a cyborg character like the $6 Million Man. This is the very first mention of how to create a character. Rule 116, how to destroy an incomplete Death Star. Rule 119,
Don't ask the question, he
number of
might
years
calculate
a
it.
US president can be expected to remain in office. Rule 128, equation for how to clone specifically DC's Lobo. Rule 137, quote, Godzilla storyline probably does not take place in present timeline within context of the story, but in future timeline, meaning a Godzilla in 1960 Godzilla movie would take place in the year 2300 AD. This confirms that there is supposed to be a storyline somewhere in here. I have no idea where it is. Rule 146,
Neither do I.
damage calculation. It took us until Rule 146 to get to damage calculation. Rule 166, how to create the Decepticons and Autobots from the 80s cartoon series The Transformers. You've
That's
got the
just
touch,
random.
you've got the power. Rule 177, some of his favorite equations from the rules so far. Rule 180, an entirely new nuclear bomb equation from the previous one. Rule 184, an entirely new
all our favorite rule equations. Got it.
Also,
Cool.
no,
Awesome.
Drebin, you didn't smoke anything, otherwise we probably would have smoked it too.
I really should have tried to. You know what? If I had known it was going to be this insane, I probably would have gone to my cousin's to get a couple of grams.
I don't know what kind of drugs could be taken with this shit, to be honest.
Yes.
Candy.
calorie equation based on which economic system you are working in. Rule 193, the definition of a sodomy, which is illegal in the state of Louisiana. Rule 195, a reminder that Rule
Random.
196 is
I'm
X-rated
going to
and
go out
anyone
on a
under
limb
the
and
age
say
of
that
21
the
should
person who wrote this is
absolutely
from
not
Louisiana.
read it. Rule 196, the equation for determining the size of a dude's junk. As it is, quote,
What? Why would we need that?
why?
Because
Okay, D&D
actually,
does it
I don't
so
know
much
an
better.
explanation.
Go for it. Ugh.
Honestly, I think this dude just actually read Fatal and then just decide to add one of the rules on a whim.
Doesn't surprise me.
An
Doesn't
essential part of
surprise
character
me
creation
either.
process for male characters, and because the arithmetic seems to be accurate. Rule 1.
I mean, it's not a book.
The
So,
arithmetic.
website.
Yeah, we don't know what it is either. Your guess is as good as ours.
If you can make sense of
28,
any of
equation
this,
for the-
please tell us.
Effectiveness of the Iraqi nuclear war program. Rule 202, the third new equation we've gotten for determining someone's salary, and Rule 203. Two new equations, those being number of years of attending college as a full-time student and passing with decent grades, and how many years it will take Iraq to gain nuclear technology. These two are somehow intertwined. After this, the website just ends. It's over. There's nothing else here. That is everything that Hybrid has on offer. You now know everything there is to know about this game, so I offer you a challenge. Can you give me a one-sentence synopsis on what this game is? Here, I'll even help you out. I'll get it started for you. Hybrid is the 1966 RPG where all you
It's the 1996 RPG where you take copious amounts of drugs and write out what you think is going on.
Hybrid is the 1996 RPG where you need to take your goddamn medicine.
Yeah, jeez.
Holy crap. Just... What is this?
That is Hybrid.
It's hybrid.
Yeah, okay, so what's it a hybrid of?
Everything.
Madness and math.
Yeah, madness and math.
This is just insanity. Just barfed onto a web page.
And now you see why it's part of the unholy trinity.
I see why it's part of the unholy trinity. What I
Rules
don't see is an actual game book.
Yeah, just a bunch of rules. Nothing else is there.
I don't even think there's rules.
Yeah,
but
they're
what do you
just
do with them?
nonsense.
Like, do I just copy and paste the entire rule set into a compiler and see what happens?
Maybe, but I fear for whatever computer has to calculate this.
Yeah.
It might immediately blue screen.
I don't think it'll blue screen. I think the computer would like take its own life just to save itself.
Yeah, blue screen.
Yeah.
You gotta do is finish the sentence. I need you to do it because I sure can't. Others seem to share this sentiment, as when I look online to see reviews, none of them are able to go more than a few sentences long in trying to explain their thoughts. This is probably because after having to bear the full brunt of the page, they now hold nothing but utter contempt for the entire English language. Even worse, when I looked around online again, I found out that the game had been updated from version 0.3 to version 0.21. What's that? That's going backwards. Buddy, are you still holding on to rational thought? My version was from 2002, this version is from 2007, and it now contains 551 rules listed even more confusingly, as now you have a list of the new rules going down the page until you get halfway down, and then parts of the old website will be randomly added in with no regard to paragraph structure, so the first rule on the page is Rule 551, and the last rule on the page is Rule 312. The newer rules are also significantly longer now too, due to them also devolving into offshoot rants like all the other parts of the site.
This is
That's
just
all
Rule
part of
544. Oh my god.
Holy shit!
What the heck?
Okay, was this guy on an
That
IV drip full of Red Bull when he wrote this out?
No, I think we would have had something near a rational thought if that were to occur. Specifically,
You know what?
the
I'm with
creator
Alex
going
on this.
through cardiac arrest.
I don't know. At some point during cardiac arrest, you stop.
And yeah,
But
agree.
I'm with Alex on this. I'm with Alex on this. Whoever made this site needs serious mental help.
Agreed. Agreed. Definitely.
Heck, Rule 551 isn't even a rule, it's just a rant about US involvement in the Middle East. My guy, I'm trying to play as Optimus Prime. Other new oddities include a disclaimer that the original hybrid brownie cake recipe did not work
Yep,
correctly
told ya.
and you should just use the one on the back of the box. Rule 525, which states, number of useful rules in my RPG will be number of rules divided by GPA. My total number of useful rules comes out to 151. That is very generous. And a couple of different segments on how to port the game's engine into, of all things, effing F.A.T.A.L. You may think
What?
this entire
Told
thing
ya.
is a joke.
Why?
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 Do you really expect an answer at that point?
I kind of do, but why? Why would you want to combine hybrid with Fatal?
Yeah.
Maybe so you'd be able to play F.A.T.A.L even less.
But with Fatal, you can actually play the game.
Well, debatably play the game.
Well, I mean, okay, at least it has a comprehensive rule set. It
Also
doesn't
true.
have like 500 rules of nonsense and drug-induced ramblings.
So, you're basically choosing between rule sets that actively hate you or rule sets you can never hope to understand with a sane mind.
Look, at least with the rule sets that hate me, at least I know what I'm getting into.
And I suppose it's pick your poison then.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, God.
And I don't blame you. I also thought it was a joke once. But it's too real. This has been getting updated for decades. The mathematics are too complex, the lingo is too fleshed out, and the prose is too downright insane to be faked. If you told a legitimately sane person to write in the same way that this is written, they couldn't do it. Not this consistently, not for this long. They'd crack under the weight of their sins. This is by far the worst tabletop RPG of all time. F.A.T.A.L and that game have worse contents and themes, yes, that is understood. But this is completely incomprehensible. I legitimately, for the life of me, cannot begin to understand what I am looking at here on even a basic level. It is to my belief that if you tried to legitimately set up and play this game, you would straight up die. If you doubt even one single claim that I am making about this game, I have both the 2002 and the 2007 versions linked below. Take 15 minutes to try to read and comprehend any of what's going on here, and then report back if you survived. I recommend the 2002 version because if you look through 2007s and get hit with the quote, "So this, that the American public is gullible and they will believe anything that any authority figure will tell them, is what DC and Marvel have been trying to tell its readers for the past half a century," you will probably end up like that lady in the 4th Indiana Jones. And that
someone
is
actually
all
watched
for
the 4th Indiana
worst
Jones.
Tabletop RPGs.
Interesting.
So while I go off and get a psychiatric evaluation, let me know below if I am missing any other horrific material that I could add to the pile that is my now smoldering brainstem. Don't limit yourself to just the TTRPGs either. Think of any board or card games you think will finally break me. At this point, I might as well shoot for the mental damage high score. Signing off for Fear of the Unknowable and Incomprehensible, I am KamSandwich. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day.
So yeah, that was
staff and chefs
KamSandwich's
as well as the media preservers helping
worst
me
tabletop
display
RPGs
things for you
video.
for the public to enjoy. If
Oh my
you'd like to
God,
join
what
through,
was
you
I
can take a look
expecting
using the
from
link in the
this?
description below.
That was insane.
Well, they weren't called the
my
worst for nothing.
Oh my god, that okay. It started off good, but then the last 3 were just holy shit.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Alex, my head hurt too.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just sitting here using Sasha as a stress ball.
Yeah, go ahead. To help me relieve my stress too. I squeak as you squeeze me.
I'm just squeezing Sasha like a stress ball. That's all I can say.
I mean, to be fair, the person who wrote it was possibly mentally ill, so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, quite possibly. Oh man. There's a couple of people that come to mind as to who else could have wrote that. But holy crap, that was just not good.
Yeah, jeez. Oh.
Ezzo, I hear you. Go rest your broken brain. Alex, I'm just as confused as you are.
Resting my broken brain sounds like a good idea, though.
Yeah.
So I think I might just call it here myself. Focus on this game I'm trying to complete.
Oh, hey, Disc. You missed out on a lot of the madness. Don't worry, the VOD will still be up.
Oh man, they're gonna have a. Listen, they got 4 hours of our bullshit to go through. They're gonna have fun.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, I will see you guys later.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Later, Sasha.
Oh. What in the hell did we just survive?
The worst tabletop RPGs. But with that,
alright.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a stream. Think we need to rest our brains after all that. So, wanna do the send-off?
Have a good one, guys. Go rest your brains and maybe drink copious amounts of alcohol to soften the blow.
Couldn't say it better myself. So I would like to thank everyone for coming to the madness, and I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone.
See y'all.